next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports.
We're back. It's Crunch Time here on Woodward Sports, 11 to 1 weekdays. I'm your host, Jeff Iafrate. That's my guy, my co-host, Booner. We got KG. We got Caleb Zarnick. Packed show today. Dylan Larkin requesting a trade. We got Lions OTA stuff to get to. Lots to talk about today.
Big show.
And we got a second crack at Caleb's segment at 12:38. Shit you may not know, which we're going to get to as well.
It's at the point after the start yesterday, it can only go up from here.
Yeah, it can.
No, that's true.
It's
yeah,
good.
I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. We're going to get after it today.
Let's do it. We got a great show ahead.
What do they say, 10% better every day?
That's what I think.
Or maybe
they say.
1%. 1%. 10%'s a lot. You'll be at like 1,000%.
Well, that's what I'm shooting for. If you shoot for the stars, you'll get there sometime. So I'm going to go for 10% better today.
I like that
You an
mindset.
astronaut?
Could be if I wanted to. If I get 10% better every day, I could be
Is
an
that
astronaut
okay with
pretty
you,
soon.
Booner?
He could
Yeah, is that
never
fine?
Oh,
be an astronaut.
Space boy.
Space boy.
He'll find a way to make fun of me if I'm an
Right,
astronaut.
right.
Well, speaking of shooting for the stars, we got our own local star here. He's doing some big things, and we're going to have him on. He's going to talk with the fellas. Let me give him a proper introduction. He's headlining the Rooster Tail, September 10th. He's got a special out on YouTube right now. Good son. Please welcome, and don't worry, ask for his last name pronunciation.
There we go.
I
That's
know
a
how
pro
this works.
move.
Mr. Paul Elia. Let's go. Let's bring him
Let's
on.
go.
Get out here, Paul. Let's talk to our guy.
Shout
hell
out.
A legend.
I had never had to walk in like this. This is the shit. What up, player?
What's
Hell
what's
yeah.
up, brother? How we doing?
What's going on, man?
It's good to have you. Thanks for joining us.
Bro, I'm here. Let's go.
So,
Hell yeah.
when we listen, I'm excited. We're excited to talk to you. Obviously, Joey's our guy. And
You too, man. You got a good ass voice.
thank you.
Hey, man, how are you? We're here with Paul. Yeah, we're going to ask him some questions. Hey, Paul, how are you? What's going on?
It does work with the ladies. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, does it really?
It does.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn, I just need a better voice. That would be good.
It works, Paul. I promise you, it works.
Oh, bro, it's so good.
Yeah, it's great, man. I want to get to know more of you. I watched your joke about your wife being an orthosurgeon.
Yeah, dude.
Love it. It's a great joke, and I kind of relate to that. I mean, my chick makes great money too. So.
Oh, really?
I'm good either way.
That's a flex.
What does your wife do?
She's
Or
in the
your
medical
girlfriend?
field. She's
in medical field.
sales. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That seems to be the move.
We're
Does she also have a voice like you?
Hey, what's up? You want to buy these medical devices?
it's great, dude. I wanted to ask though, like your story personally, because we see your page, which by the way, you guys can check him out on Instagram as well, and go get your tickets, and we'll talk more about that later. But how did you get into it? Just comedy and your kind of story, because people here locally, it's a story, and people got to know about it. So how did that happen?
Man, I mean, I got into comedy. I mean, growing up, I was always just into impressions, and I would use that to, like, get people to be my friend. Like, I grew up in Southfield, is a pretty much just, like, all Middle Eastern, black neighborhood, low-income area.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we would all just, like, make fun of each other. And, like, roasting was, like, the one thing that we can do. Like, we didn't have money. Our parents didn't have money to, like, take us anywhere. So we would just, like, hang out outside. That was like what we would do. So like we would just make fun of each other and just roast each other. And I was always just like so eager. So I was always like into just comedy in general, but I never took it seriously until like 2010, 2011. So I just tried it one day. Actually, my first show ever was at the MGM Casino
Oh, no way.
in front of
That was your first show ever.
First show ever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I lied to the guy that was producing the event. And I was like, hey, man, I do stand-up. And he was like, dude, 7 minutes. So I did. It was not great.
That's a good way to get your foot right out the door, though.
That's the way, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
do y'all remember the show Detroit 187? Do you remember that show?
No. Well, I'm 25 years old here.
Oh, you're 25.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
38.
I'm 28.
You're 28.
28.
Damn.
You should have heard.
We're young.
Me and Stick, like, he was educating me on like 90s R&B yesterday. So I'm just giving
Oh,
you the
shit.
context of this. Yeah.
Hell
it's
yeah.
bad.
Bro,
It's
do you
really-
tell him about Tyrese?
Tyrese?
Tyrese.
You
90s
let him know,
R&B.
you let him know about Sweet Lady?
Sweet lady. Oh, it's bad.
Player.
We're doing
bad.
daily 90s R&B.
Devin Campbell, I
classics.
just found out, he said, turn this on tonight when it's just you and your lady. I said, all right. I'll
Damn,
try it
yeah,
out.
Montel Jordan.
Montel Jordan.
Yeah,
There's more.
bro.
I mean, we have a lot to get to here with me and Stick. He's educated.
Yeah, man. So there was a cop detective drama that I was shooting in Detroit. And that was like my first ever professional gig, and I was working as a stand-in for the main actor. So that y'all seen White Lotus or like
Yes, yes.
You seen Sopranos?
Yes.
Yeah, the guy that plays Christopher Moltisanti, Michael Imperioli. I was his stand-in on that TV series.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so that's
crazy.
yeah, bro. So that's how I got into show business. And then one of the actors, Sean Majumder, was doing a comedy show, and he was the one I asked, and I did stand-up. And then I took a break after that, and then when I moved to Hollywood, I just wanted to do more comedy.
What was that like in Hollywood when you like starting up in comedy? Because I know it's probably like dog-eat-dog world out there.
You know, man, I genuinely, I was so surprised at how lazy people were. I was like, people just don't want it enough. Like, people are like, hey, man, like, I'd be like, yo, I'm about to go to an open mic. And then after I go to an open mic, I would see there's like 3 more at like different time slots.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be like, hey, man, I'm going to hit up 3 more. And people are like, oh, I'm tired. And I'm like, you're tired? So I'm like, what? So then I would just go to another open mic, then I'd go to another one. So I eventually found like a small crew of people and comics that I would just like go with. So when I first started off, I was just grinding hard as hell. Like, I was just like, I gotta be like the first one in the gym, the last one out. And that's kind of like the mentality I had even when I played like high school sports. And it's just some like, I think some Detroit shit, bro.
It's the grit. Yeah, it's the grit, man.
Yeah,
You
man.
already
So
had it in you.
I was like, I just gotta outwork everybody. So that's what I did.
That's a good mentality. That's that Kobe mentality.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
how I grew up. I had that Kobe mentality. Everything I did, it was like, I'm just first one in, last one out. Get to that.
Yeah,
Chase
man.
the dream. I love that.
Yeah, bro. And it's like, you'll be surprised how much you'll progress by just putting in work like that. So I just fully believe in putting in the hours and you'll win.
Well, I wanted to ask you too. Like, I mean, you went to Hollywood. I mean, we'll get to the Matt Rife stuff too because you've done some stuff with him. But who are some comedians that you personally look up to, or people that inspire you throughout your journey?
That inspire me? Man, so many, bro. Chappelle, for sure, inspires me. This guy is just incredible. He's incredible. Like, I'm so blown away at like his speed, his wit, how fast he is, how he can just churn out material, make you think, make you feel. Wanda Sykes, honestly, love Wanda Sykes, Bill Burr, even like Anthony Jeselnik. Like, Anthony Jeselnik, I mean, a lot of his jokes, like, they have like a similar formula. It's like he'll say something and then surprise, surprise, surprise. So it's just like his formula is pretty simple and it's always funny.
Right.
You know, like, he's more dark than I am. Like, I don't really get that dark, and I don't think he's really as personal. But I'm just like very impressed with him. So I'll say looking up to him. Also, bro, I'd watch Comic View. That was like my shit.
Yes.
Comic View's before both y'all's
I was
time.
gonna say, is this bad? I just don't know what Comic View is.
You know Comic View?
No,
Shit,
I have
Bruce
to go
Bruce.
watch it.
Yeah,
I don't know what this is.
I know what comic view
Shit.
is.
There you go,
Yes,
KG. We got
Throwback.
KG.
Mike Epps?
I know Mike Epps.
We know
Yeah,
Mike Epps.
yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Epps? Sure.
Michael.
Yeah.
Not Epstein.
Not Michael Epstein. Shit, damn. Was he on the island?
Yeah, he might have been.
Damn.
Feels like everyone was on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro,
fair.
except us, huh?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Like,
you're like,
might
I've
have
been,
been with the voice.
We're
The voice
good.
got him.
No,
Yeah.
we're good. We're good over here.
yeah. Mackinac Island. I don't know if they had kids on that island.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Shit.
Hey, what was I know you did the Matt Rife. You've worked with Matt Rife. You've done stadiums. What's like the biggest moment of your career so far? Because you, some of the videos and things, I watched your special last night, and it's like honestly, it's incredible. The whole time I was dying laughing, and then you go through your like Instagram, like dude, you're in stadiums. Like that's got to be insane. What's the biggest moment for you where you're like, man, like I can't believe I'm standing here right now.
You know what? Believe it or not, it has nothing to do with the size.
Yeah.
Because like I've done big venues before and tens of thousands of people, but I'll say the biggest moment for me was when I did my first special, Detroit Player, in Detroit. Because it was a very sad time. It was like a week after October 7th. So a lot of people were feeling a lot, and there was like death, like people were threatening the show and the building. And at my show, there was a lot of Christians, a lot of Muslims, a lot of Jewish people. So I was pretty overwhelmed at the community. They all came out, especially after this happened, and people were feeling so many complicated things and sad feelings. And so I would say the biggest moment of my career was that night, because when I went on stage, I was like, man, people are here, and there's something I want to say to them, and I want people to just feel a little less afraid. So that was definitely the biggest moment of my career.
Wow. I noticed one thing, you factor in a lot of your heritage, your background into your comedy. When you kind of got into, how do you find a lane in comedy, just from someone who doesn't understand it? When you first get into comedy, how do you find your lane? Because there's a lot of different comics that go with different things and bits. Like one of my favorites, Sebastian Maniscalco, he's more, you kind of threw it too a little bit, where and that's my favorite comedy, where you like act things out. How'd you find your lane when you first got into comedy?
Man, when I first started to do comedy, I was just doing what I thought other people would find funny.
Yeah.
And then I was like, there was always like this disconnect.
Yeah.
Where I was like, man, I feel like people don't really believe me. Like, and it wasn't really selling as much. And then people would be like, man, you're so funny off stage. You're not as funny on stage as you are off stage. So I feel like closing that gap just took so many years. Mm-hmm. And I would say I started to really find myself like recently, where I was just like, all right, how would I say this?
Right.
I would say it like this. Not like how Bruce would say it, or another comic I admire would say it, or how Bill Burr would say it, or how Chappelle would say it. I'm like, how would Paul Elia say it? And also just being able to say the things that I truly believe. And the more I started to say what I believed, the more, believe it or not, my own community, certain people started like distance themselves from me, because I think the truth is very hard for some people.
Yeah.
But also the more people really started to respect me, and the more I started getting new fans and started getting more recognition from like the comedy community.
Yeah, and you're special. I mean, you're straightforward with a lot of things. Yeah. I was like, man.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. But that kind of lead me to a question, if I'm allowed to do so.
Yeah, go ahead, KG.
Because I'm a big fan of stand-up comedy, and in today's day and age, it can be hard to get up there on that stage. You get up there and say the wrong thing. People might take it a certain way. The Kevin Hart special came out not that long ago. It was big controversy behind that.
Yeah.
As a comic, how do you toe that line between the acceptance of people today and just being able to account for that, but still be able to go out there and do your form of comedy the way you want to do it?
It just has to be so much more hilarious than it is offensive.
That's a good point.
That's a great way to look at it.
So like you can make anything funny. Like you heard some of those jokes on the Kevin Hart roast. They were insane.
Yeah.
They were crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Bonsai tree.
Some of those
was
Like I saw that joke and I was like, man. Like me personally, I'm just like, look, I just. Kevin said he's cool with it. I'm cool with it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, how does that make you feel? Like I don't want to feel other people's pain on their behalf for them.
Right.
But I also will like feel things, and I'll be like, hey man, this is like classless. But I would say, it was, if you could be more hilarious than you are offensive, you get the pass. So by towing the line, I got to ask myself, is what I'm going to say undeniably fucking hilarious? To where even people who don't agree with me, are they laughing?
Right.
Which I've had happen before. Yeah. Like I've had a lot of people in my community, like I critique my own community, like the Chaldean community, what I call the Chaldean Assyrian community, which a lot of them don't like.
Right.
I'm like, all right, cool, bro, debate me on it. Like, what am I saying that's wrong? And also I'm like, is it hilarious? And they would be like, yeah, that actually is hilarious. So
dope.
Yeah, and that's how. Before we do get you out of here, I do want to say number one.
Damn, that's it, bro. I thought I was gonna be like,
can I ask you real
all
quick?
day.
I want to ask you about Matt Rife.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
What's it like working with him? Because
go ahead.
I've seen a million hours of Matt Rife.
Oh,
And
bro, it's good,
He's like a
man.
legend right now, I think, in the kind of
He
comedian.
exploded quick too.
Oh,
he
yeah.
went from 0 to 100 quickly.
What
He
was it
did,
like
man.
working with him and kind of opening for him and doing some shows with him?
Yeah, man. Before he got jaw surgery,
Yeah, a lot of surgeries according to social media. A lot of surgery.
yeah. When
got pretty
when I
overnight.
first met him, he was
I
a
want
little
those
girl.
surgeries. Whatever I can do to do that, I want that.
There's hope.
Hey, bro,
There's
is,
hope.
man. Shit. Can we get like plastic surgery sponsorship for
Yeah.
Woodward Sports?
I will be the test dummy.
That's a
if we need to
Joey
do it.
question.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
A Joey
Right.
question.
Shit. Joey's gonna look like the Punisher next week. He's gonna look like John Bernthal and shit. You said what was it like working with him?
Yeah, just working with him, opening for him, a guy like that too, who exploded over the last 5 years.
Man, it's just fun working with friends.
Yeah.
Like I look at him as a friend first, so it's always fun, and like looking at the gravity of like how big he is, I've spent so much time just looking at it, blown away, and at this point I'm just like, man, I'm very happy for him.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I do work with him from time to time, and when I see him, it's always all love. So it's a blessing, man. And I think it's one thing to let other people know that whatever you aspire to be, it's all God's timing.
Yep.
if God intends for you to be at that level, it will happen. Because it's like, you know, and Matt mentions this before, has mentioned this before. It's like a couple weeks before he like really blew up. Him and I were sharing a hotel room in Montreal in 2023, and we were paid $500 to do that comedy festival, which we both lost money on. So it's like that happened, and then it's like, wow, a couple weeks later, you're selling out a world tour. So
That's a crazy kind of story there, because I feel like it happens like that with a lot of comedians, just out of nowhere. It's like boom.
yeah, then it's also weird because I want to ask him for that hotel money back. And I'm like, yo, man, it was
He's got it.
$236
Right, you
plus
know he got
tax.
Yeah, he's got it.
Canadian.
Yeah, he's definitely got it now. No, I tell the people we got thousands of people watching. Where can they find you? Where can they see more of you, Paul?
Man, at Paul Elia Comedy, ELIA. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on TikTok. Man, just I'm everywhere, player.
You got to be. Yeah,
You type in my name. Also, there's a Frank Sinatra impersonator that'll come up.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
I saw that guy. When I looked him. He did pop up for me too as well.
How good is he?
Oh, I didn't check out his
Bro,
stuff.
he's not bad.
Is he good? I didn't check him out. but-
He's not bad, but he only has like 4 videos.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, we need to get that
What's
guy
the
to put out
odds of
some
that?
more content.
People think he's me in a mask.
Well,
Like I had my old manager who's like, man, I can't believe you like made up like you did prosthetic face and
Yes.
you're singing Frank Sinatra. And then I was just like, thanks, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah, of course.
Sure, I'll lie.
Of course I did. Yeah.
I'll
yeah,
lie, I'm in Hollywood.
me and Boone will be there. It's September 10th at the Rooster Tail. Never been. But
Bro, pull up, man.
gotta see
I'll
more
give you
reviews.
guys, I'll give you guys 2 tickets.
Yep, we'll be there for sure.
We're there. We're there,
It's
Paul.
2 days before my birthday, so we'll have some fun there.
Yeah,
Bro,
for
are,
sure.
are you gonna drink Boone's Farm?
I hate Boone's Farm. My mom told me about Boone's Farm. She said never touch it.
Never
She
touch
said
it.
she drank it growing up. She said just stay away from it.
Yeah.
No, but you should keep drinking it, man.
I'll try it. I'll try
You
it.
turned out great.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, bro.
So my kids turn out great. I'll drink
Boone's Farm, little wild Irish red rose.
We should get a Boone's Farm sponsorship. Bring it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's perfect for me.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
We should do that.
Where is Mr. Boone's?
That's a good question. That's a great. We got Booner. This is the guy here,
Shit.
right here. That's my guy.
Bro, pull up, man. I'd love to.
Yeah,
host
we'll be
you
there.
guys.
We'll be there, Paul.
That'll be
Appreciate
fun.
you so much, my friend. For
Hell
coming.
yeah, man.
We
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it. You
me,
guys
man.
can check more of Paul Elia out again, headlining the Rooster Tail September 10th. And check out his special, Good Son, on YouTube for free. But you know what's not free? We got to get to these ad reads. KG, tell us about our friends over at Mad Packs.
I will tell them about Mad Packs, the maddest of packs. And you already know about the great products that they have. They have the high-low pre-rolls, the Boom Shakalaka live resin infused tarantulas. But Mad Packs is looking out for 2026. They got the Mad Packs extracts and Blizzard packs, the concentrates in that moon rock, man, to get you nice and right for this Michigan summer that's about to get hotter, man. It's already hot as hell. But stay tuned with Woodward Sports for all the latest updates, or you can skip that. Go to getmadpacks.com to get yours.
Dan Campbell is in redemption mode.
No, make no mistake. It's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
And Woodward Sports is here to cheer on the Detroit Lions every snap. Don't miss a moment of Detroit Lions coverage. Follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms now.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. One's great. 2, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Sean Belizian wake you up every Monday through Friday on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. That's right, Big D Energy has moved to mornings. Get your morning dose of Neil's tone and Sean's insanity. Weekdays 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Two Detroit sports legends coming together for the best Detroit sports morning show there is. Big D Energy, waking you up weekdays on Detroit's #1 sports network.
All right, people, let me tell you about Buddy's Pizza. They've been
Let 'em
celebrating
know,
the
big
original
fella.
deep dish pizza for the past 80 years, and they cater. NBA Finals, graduation parties, Stanley Cup. If you're hosting a party, make sure to get Buddy's. Their menu is packed with award-winning pizzas, signature salads, home-style pastas, and more. Save 20% on your next catering order of $200 or more with the promo code Woodward20. Visit buddyspizza.com/catering to view their complete menu and place your order today.
We're back. It's crunch time on Woodward Sports. Big shout out. Paul Elia joining the show, local.
What a legend, by the way,
national
dude.
as well, comedian. And he's crushing it, man.
Yeah.
Super cool down
Just
there,
as funny
dude.
in person.
And he's hilarious in person, man.
Yeah, you got a voice that could get you girls. I need a voice. I'm gonna
Well, it
start
did get me
changing
a
my
girl.
voice.
It
Yeah.
works. Yeah, it got me a
I'm
girl.
gonna start changing my voice. Maybe I'll meet my wife soon.
Yeah, it's real.
I don't know. You a short king though. They be hating on the height these days.
Come on, Kate.
I
We're
mean-
the same size.
No, but I get it though. But I be telling women like your prototypical guy, he's probably 5'7" and you need to deal with it. But they choose to go.
Good thing I'm 5'10". I'm 3 inches over the
There
average.
you go. There you go.
3 inches over the average.
5'10".
All right.
Talking about height.
Well, we got more to get to. Dylan Larkin requested a trade from the Detroit Red Wings, and we're going to weigh in on that situation, which is big. Do you have the video, Caleb, of him at the press conference?
I do.
So before we play this is to kind of set the tone for the segment, okay? So this is what Dylan Larkin said at the end of the season, and he had comments about what happened with the Red Wings, kind of his plans, and he spoke a lot about kind of what's going on right now, just to give context, and then we'll get into the trade request. But play the clip, Caleb.
Yeah, it's been hard. I mean, not great. I think it's just been very difficult end of the season, and never a fun time when you miss the playoffs, but especially in this fashion, and kind of being here again. So today's not a pleasant day around the rink, that's for sure.
It's been 10 years for you now. I mean, is there a point where you lose patience, or you just wonder, is this going to end? Are you going to see the playoffs again in your career?
I mean, yes, I have been here, 10 years, and I think for a lot of those years, you go into the season and you want to make the playoffs, but realistically, was that going to happen? I think I'm trying to say there's some years where it wasn't really what we were trying to do. I understood what was going on with rebuilding and getting draft picks, and I'd say the last 4 or 5 years where Mo and Lucas have arrived and become star players in my opinion, and we've been pushing towards the playoffs, and it hasn't happened, and I guess I'm just thinking now, going back to when I re-signed and signed an 8-year deal, and I knew that we had work to do, and I knew that we weren't going to win the Stanley Cup the next day, but I wanted to be here, and I want to be here to help this team in any way I can to win the Stanley Cup. And
credit to Will Birchfield, 97.1.
Shout out, Will, man.
Shout out.
The ticket for that video. But you see some of the quotes in there. Things have changed. Time changes, or time makes changes. And at the beginning of that, you kind of heard him talk about how the season ended. He said some very interesting things in that as well, like, I signed my contract. I knew we weren't going to win the Stanley Cup the next day. I understand that it doesn't happen overnight. I want to be a part of it in the process, and I understand the work that kind of goes into it. I'm paraphrasing, but kind of him admitting, hey, I understand this process. I understand what it takes. And he's had comments in the past about it as well. And, he did call out Stevie Y, and I do have that, because that's the one thing I went back to is when he had the quote after the trade deadline.
Yep.
And
this has been a
this
long
This
going
is what
thing.
he said at that time. He said, I think, and this is the 2025 NHL trade deadline. This is what Larkin said about that. He said, I think especially in March, it was hard that we didn't do anything. And then I felt the group we didn't gain any momentum from the trade deadline, and the guys were kind of down about it. And Yzerman, after they failed to make the playoffs, he turned to call out his captain. He went back at Larkin a little bit. He said, "I have no problem saying that to you. I expect more from him." He said, as this team improves, as we go through these experiences, I think Dylan will continue to improve as a leader. Like there's clearly been some friction between the two, and and me and Booner, we were talking about this in the back. Like there's two sides of this. I know Neil already planted his flag and went at Larkin and blamed him for a majority of the issues, and I don't think Larkin is blame free. I'm not going to start this by saying I know. And then there's Spenny who says it's all on Steve Yzerman. I actually disagree with both, and I think me and you are more in line. I think there's plenty of blame to go around. Yes. I think there's blame on Stevie Y for the process. I mean, you're basically on the fringe of rebuilding a rebuild. Yeah. That's the problem. Like we talked about the next year or two away. DeBrincat, free agent, and I think next year, he's 2027. You have Kane already a free agent. Larkin asks out. Like this thing could get into another rebuild when you were rebuilding already. And there's that's a problem. So absolutely. I understand the roster building portion of it. I understand that. That's on Stevie Y. The part where I do go at Larkin is like when you have all these quotes that come out and you kind of understand what your job is and kind of what the expectations are. And you got to think from Stevie Y's perspective, this was a guy who was a captain. And if you look back in the early 90s, the Red Wings were struggling as well. And Stevie Y was the captain of that team. And in his day, you stand and you die on that cross with your team. Like you die with you basically you get buried with your franchise. That's what people believe back in the day. So I think Stevie wouldn't say this publicly, but he's probably thinking this guy's kind of soft. Like, and I would kind of understand where some of that is. It's like kind of the old way of thinking. Yeah. So I understand both sides to it. Like Stevie's looking at this thing like, man, you're the captain. You're the guy we're building around. We gave you an extension, and you're going to just tap out because you haven't made the playoffs, and you're not blame-free. Like, I understand that, but I do think Stevie has to take accountability from the fact of, like, hey, we're in this shitstorm because of your lack of ability to build a playoff contender.
That's where
so it's like there's both sides.
This turns into a situation where, like, when this came up yesterday, I started thinking about it, and as it kind of the day goes on, you're trying to figure out instantly, like, should people be pissed off at Dylan Larkin? Like, as a fan base, are you pissed off that he's given up and he's kind of tapping out and saying, hey, I want out? Are you pissed off at, like you said, Steve Yzerman for essentially being the one that's like, hey, like, I haven't been able to build a team around Larkin? And then to Neil's point, like, hey, there have been times where Larkin hasn't been the player that you've paid him to be. Realistically, as you start kind of letting this thing play out a little bit, it's a two-sided affair. Like, this isn't, oh, man, Larkin. I told Justin this before our show. I said, let's be honest, guys. Like, if you're a Red Wings fan, connect the dots. Dylan Larkin gets a contract extension in 2023. Since then, during their contract negotiations, there's been a feud, right?
For sure.
They've butted heads, and that's been a very well-known thing around this town. And then, obviously, you keep going year in and year out, 24, 25, and obviously the trade deadline, Yzerman really doesn't do anything for years. And he doesn't make these massive moves that put you over the top. And if you're Larkin, you're sitting there going, hey, man, like, I want to be in this spot of winning a Stanley Cup or even just competing for one and being in the playoffs. And then this trade deadline comes around, and it feels like this might have been the last straw for Dylan Larkin. Yeah. That's what it felt like. And if you're connecting the dots, this could, and I told Neil, I said, Neil, I wouldn't be shocked if Larkin's playing, he's wearing, the winged wheel this next year, and even if he is for the next few years. This feels like, to me, there's a side of this that could end up just being, hey, this is my last chance to kick Yzerman in the ass of trying to get him to make some massive moves to build this team. This could be it, right? Like, yeah. Larkin's like, hey, I have no other choice. I've talked to you about it. We went through the negotiations. I've let you know where I'm at, and I want you to help build a championship team. At the same time as well, trade deadline last year, he comes out publicly and says that he was disappointed with how they handled the trade deadline. And then now it's like they still are in that position. And when I was talking to Justin, I said, hey, what's his name? Who was it? Was it Quinn Hughes that they were going to trade for,
Quinn
correct?
Hughes, yep.
Who was he just with during the Olympic run? Quinn Hughes. Is there a world where Dylan Larkin and Quinn Hughes had conversations, and Larkin, obviously wanted Quinn Hughes to come play in Detroit, and and they had a deal that was essentially done. The only thing that held back that deal was Quinn Hughes didn't want a long-term deal. He has 2 years left on his contract.
He wanted to test free agency.
He wanted to test free agency, and not even that. Wherever he got traded to, he might have wanted just to see, hey, am I comfortable here? Like, I want to go there for a year to see if this is somewhere where I want to, continue my career.
Right.
And Larkin probably wanted Quinn Hughes, right? Like, that's probably a thing. And when that deal falls apart, guess what? Larkin's probably not happy. And he's probably like, that's a guy I just spent a month with in the Olympics. I just won a gold medal with. How is that not done? And I don't know the timeline when it comes to that, but obviously we don't know the behind the scenes of that. Like, was Larkin involved? Was he having conversations with Yzerman about adding these pieces? And maybe Yzerman was just so disappointed in this trade deadline, and then obviously the fall off happens, and you're sitting there and you're going, okay, now what? Like, what does Larkin, realistically, what does Larkin do in this position now? All the blame goes on Larkin, which to Neil's point, he got 0 points in the month or whatever it was, goals.
March,
Like, you understand that's part of the game, right? Like, he's going to get blamed. But at the end of the day, every single Red Wings fan, you guys, like, no one can sit here and tell me that Larkin's should be the best player on a Stanley Cup winning team. He is not. And that's right now, that's where their team's built around. Yeah. It's built around him.
Yeah.
And they needed to add pieces to help Larkin out. And maybe he's not your captain, and maybe he's not your number one. But you need to take that step. And I think maybe that's Larkin. This whole thing is Larkin looking himself in the mirror and being like, I understand that. I want to win the play. I want to just go to the playoffs. I need pieces around me. I need a player that's better than me to help this thing. I can't do it myself. And maybe Larkin realized that. And that was where I came to the realization last night that it was like, okay, maybe this is just a tactic on Dylan Larkin's end. And maybe this pushes Yzerman to go over that hump. Maybe it does. I don't know. But it's a weird situation to be in because the leverage of both sides, I know Sean broke it down. He was breaking it down to us in between shows. It's like, hey, really, Larkin has the no trade clause. So he has a lot of the leverage to where he can choose where he wants to go. And that package kind of changes. But then the other side, it's like Yzerman's one of the most hard-headed GMs in the entire, probably in all of sports.
And he's under contract until he's 35.
Right.
I didn't even realize.
So you're sitting there and you're going,
that's different.
Yzerman could easily just say, hey, you know what? Oh, you want to be traded? All right, we're going to keep you here until we get a package we like.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So it's like both sides have leverage, and now you're just sitting there at a standstill, it feels like. I'm interested to see what happens. I have no clue.
It could get nastier from here.
It for sure could.
It could.
Because of the no trade clause and because of the 5 years left on the deal and the price of the deal and everything with that.
Does a lot of this, because a lot of this to me, and I am in no way hockey elite, so just, relax. But I do look at this kind of like a Matthew Stafford-like situation, or very, very similar, because we do got to realize that Larkin was here like since 2015. That is way before Steve Yzerman got here in 2019. They had only been to the playoffs one time. So he had already been through a lot of losing before we even got to this road, this bump in the road with Steve Yzerman. And I kind of look at it like when you're somewhere for so long and you go through rebuild after rebuild, and now, like you said, you're on the precipice of maybe breaking it up again and influxing it with these kids. At a point, you just get tired, bro. It's human nature. Mm-hmm. And he's had these butt-ins, with Steve Yzerman. He was at the podium last year at the trade deadline pretty much saying, I needed help. And then Steve Yzerman turns around a year later and is at the podium and says, hey, we need better players. Well, I can kind of feel Dylan Larkin in that sense. But I do get what people mean in terms of, his performance on ice and everything. But do you view this very similar to a Matthew Stafford type situation?
I'm glad you brought that up. We're going to get to that after break. Let's dive into that, the Matthew Stafford stuff, because I've heard a lot about it. But first, we got to get to our friends over at Black Rock.
Let me tell you guys about Black Rock, one of the greatest restaurants in the state of Michigan. If you're looking for the perfect spot to host your next watch party or just get together, head over to Black Rock Bar and Grill, home of the Steak on the Stone. You can literally anything you want to go to Black Rock for, you can go do it. Rehearsal dinner, Jeff, maybe baby shower. Just kidding. He's not having a baby. That was a bad. Hopefully I didn't just jinx my guy there. Whoa, Sticks looking at me going, Boone, what did you just do there? It's an atmosphere you will not forget. The best part, they have truly something for everyone. Mocktails, cocktails, they have salads, they have, you see the onion ring stack there, they have desserts, everything you need, and obviously they have the steak. Go check out Black Rock and book your next event today at Black Rock Bar and Grill and find a location near you at blackrockrestaurants.com.
Jameer Gibbs, breakout season, loading.
Inside the 5, Gibbs to the end zone, touchdown!
Woodward Sports, the most dominant Detroit sports coverage around. toughest sports network in Detroit. But we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Well, if you suck at golf, then this drink is perfect for you because you're already used to hitting balls in the water. Well, get the water hazard from Founders. You probably already seen it at the golf course or wherever you've seen it, but put a sliced lemon in it. Tastes even better. It's the first canned vodka cocktail from Founders. It's the perfect between innings or even between rounds. So next time you're out, get the drink. Please drink responsibly. We are back. Crunch time here on Woodward Sports, 11 to 1 weekdays. If you're watching, hit the like button on the stream. It helps push it out. We got more to get to. Dylan Larkin, I do want to stick on for a little bit here. I know the chat's kind of going off about it as well. We'll get to the player interviews, the Lions players. We got J-Mo, Jameer, Panay, all the guys that kind of spoke about OTAs, so we will get to that as well. Don't you worry. You asked an interesting question, KG, and I saw it in the chat. The Matthew Stafford,
I hate
the
this
Dylan
question,
Larkin
by the
stuff.
way, boys.
I don't think it's the same.
It's night and day difference. It's not even compared. It's the only similarity is it's a player that played in Detroit that got traded out.
That's it.
That's
the
it.
comp.
Because like Stafford won, better player than Larkin, right?
Yes.
He's an MVP. He just won an MVP, so you know for a fact he's.
But
a better
even
player.
in Detroit, you knew he was.
Oh, 100%. And also, it's two different things. The Lions fired everybody. They had a whole new regime.
Yeah.
The Red Wings haven't fired Steve Yzerman. You know what I'm saying? This is the same regime.
No, but he came after Larkin was already here.
He did, but that he's been here for what, 6 or 7 years with him.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, you're getting rid of Matt Patricia in them, like Quinn Trisha. You're not. That's not it. They're not bringing in a new GM and a new coach. You have your GM and coach right now.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's a night and day difference where Stafford, the new regime comes in. Stafford said, "Hey, I don't want to do a new regime."
Yeah,
it's not like Larkin has been with Yzerman for the last 7 years.
I mean more from the standpoint of what Stafford went through as a Lion, because you can make the argument
they're different.
He didn't show up in the playoffs, and that's the case.
Yeah, but
captain, quarterback, that's how I view it.
It's night and day difference because Stafford though he went and won an MVP. Larkin's
that's
not going
after the fact.
But Larkin's but if you want to say it's after the fact, Larkin's not going to win an MVP. Larkin's not going to go be a number one on a different team.
He's going
to be a 2-line guy at best, and that's going to be his career the rest of the time.
Yeah,
that's what he is. That's why he did. That's why you haven't even made at least with Stafford you made the playoffs.
Right.
Like he could get you over that hump to make the playoffs. You didn't win a game, but you made it. Larkin, dude, you were the number one team in the East halfway through the season, and him at the helm. You missed the playoffs. You
bad
fell apart.
rosters though, 3 different coaches.
But again, to Neil's point this morning, is it a bad roster when you're the number one team in the East?
I mean, halfway through a season, we don't play games to halfway through.
The chat's going off here. I want to get to some of these. Chuck Brewer, Larkin is great in the Olympics because he is in the 1C there. He's just another player. Role change. I mean, I'm with. That's why he's not absolved from blame either. I mean, Dylan Larkin, to Neil's point.
Yeah. Nor am I trying to, but I'm
even
just saying.
strength point argument that Neil made. I think it was 9 games or whatever the argument was, where he didn't have even strength points, which is basically like 5-on-5, 4-on-4. Like there had to be always a disadvantage there. He was on a milk carton. You know what I mean? When the team was number one, they were in a very good position, and then they melted down, and he's the captain.
But did he get injured too?
He was injured.
Yeah.
But there was 9-game stretch there, like Neil said, for the most important time of the year.
Right.
The most important time on the calendar where he was on a milk carton. So it's like.
No, I get it.
And he,
you know what I mean?
And call a spade a spade. He was injured quite a bit. He was always getting injured, and he did play through injuries, but the guy was injured a lot.
So it's like, and by the way, for people that maybe are throwing out the no trade clause, so I wanted to look more into that because so people get like an idea of what it actually is. So the team can't. So the Red Wings can't trade him without his written approval, which obviously he's requested the trade, and he's under that massive contract. But the no trade clause is for the next 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Following that, his contract transitions to a 10-team no trade clause. So that's where the leverage argument comes into play. Is Stevie could really. I mean, he's got him on contract till he's 35.
Let him sit.
It's not. It doesn't send a good message, obviously, but
I think realistically with that, because of the trade clause, I think the realistic situation with it is, hey, if you're Steve Yzerman, unless someone right now when they see that news comes out and they call you with one of the greatest offers of all time for Dylan Larkin, and you're like, I never expected to get this offer for a guy like Dylan Larkin, unless that happens and you're not comfortable and you're comfortable with a trade that comes through, I think what's going to end up happening, you give Mo Sider the captain, you take the C off Larkin, You give it to Mo Sider, and you let him just keep playing out this contract. And as soon as someone hits you with, okay, we'll trade, like maybe at the trade deadline, if a team's desperate to go kind of chase a Stanley Cup, then you trade them. But until then, I think you just sit on it and wait. And that's the thing where it's like the leverage side of things, because there is a no-trade clause, which that puts, in my opinion, that's what I was telling people. It's like, when have you seen a guy like Dylan Larkin, a captain of a franchise like the Red Wings in hockey, request a trade that it's his hometown team, but then on top of it, there's a no-trade clause, and it's a full one. And you're sitting there and you're like, this guy can literally choose wherever he wants to go. So if you're Yzerman, I'm saying, hey, well, let's have a meeting. I'm taking the C off of your chest.
Right.
You don't like,
because
at this point,
you're
not the captain of the team right now. Like requesting a trade, you don't want to be here. You're not the captain any longer. Mo Sider's the captain of this team. We can give him an A. He can have an A. There you go. And then you just sit there and wait for the next year or two until there's a good offer. And if a good offer never comes, then he's a Red Wing for life. And that's it. And then if you're Yzerman, I hold the cards now. I'm not going to just willy-nilly just trade you to a team for nothing because you have a no-trade clause.
Yeah.
You're playing for us.
I'm not going to eat that trade because you want to get out of here. I mean, that would be irresponsible. And you got to think from Yzerman's perspective, like, dude, I'm already getting a ton of flack. I'm not trying to dump this dude, and we go back even farther. I mean, they're going to this is where I think if you're Stevie Y, you got to look at this thing like, listen, man, we're going to, if we can, we're going to deal them, and we're going to build around the young guys. I mean, that sucks. That's where we're at. But it's like you got some young guys that are talented. Trade Larkin. We'll see what happens with the DeBrincat here. Kane, you can't. I mean, you're not bringing any of these guys back. You just go younger and see what happens.
And again, like Steve Wiles,
it's unfortunate.
You want a guy who doesn't want to be here. Steve, let me just welcome to the business of sports. There's a lot of guys who ask for trades and stay on those teams.
No, that's true.
Myles Garrett last year, he was trying to create leverage for them to make moves. And what did he do? Asked for a trade, then got a contract, and then stayed. The only reason he got traded was because why did he get traded? Because they got offered a trade that they just could not turn down. Andrew Barry literally came out in the meeting and said, I was never going to trade him. Yeah. But then they offered me Jared Verse in a first round. So it's like you just, and I'm not comparing Myles Garrett to Dylan Larkin, by the way.
No,
it's
but
just more so that it's as a GM. And for fans that are like, hey, man, like we don't want him on our team. Like, let's just get rid of him and move on. Like, Justin's kind of like that, I think, a little bit. It's like, dude, you don't want to just give him up for pennies. He's a good player.
Yeah.
You can't you don't want to just turn him over for nothing.
Yeah, and he's in a it's we were talking about this before the show too. Like, I watched the interview. We can't play it on the show, but it was Dylan Larkin. He was, I think he was on.
It was like 2 months ago, by the way.
Yeah, it was 2 months ago.
NHL Network.
Yeah, okay, that's what it was. But they put up a graphic, and it was the Red Wings captains. It was before Larkin, from Stevie Y. So Stevie Y, 1986 to 2006. You had Lindstrom, 2006 to 2012. Zetterberg, 2012 to 2018. Like two of those guys are Hall of Famers.
Yep.
All three of them should be Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
And then Dylan Larkin. By the way, all Stanley Cups. You're talking Stanley Cups, playoff appearances, playoff performers, and then Dylan Larkin, who's never. The last 10 years has been a playoff.
Yeah, he's played once in the playoffs.
Yeah, once in the playoffs, 10 years playoffs.
But that ain't his fault.
Yeah,
that ain't all his fault.
Yeah, it is
all
not. But that's what they put him in the category there. But go on.
They had him as the number one player on this team when they built this.
Yeah,
he's a one
and
seed.
he's just not. And he's not. And again,
not.
it's not a bad thing. I told Jeff before the show, Dylan just needed to look himself in the mirror, like with all due respect, and just say, hey, I'm not the number one in an NHL team to win a Stanley Cup. Not even to go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So he needed the reinforcements, and it had to get to a point. It should have 3 years ago got to the point to where they realized that. They're realizing it 3 years too late now.
Yeah, and Spenny said it yesterday on the show. Dylan Larkin's going to go down as the worst captain in Red Wings history.
Yeah,
obviously,
it's a fact.
And not to go back, because I know the whole thing right now is, okay, who's more to blame? Is it Dylan Larkin? Is it Stevie Y? Two things can be true. In the comment here, Michael Weary, shout out, he said, I'm pissed off at both. Larkin hasn't lived up to the hype, and Stevie hasn't given Larkin any real help.
Bingo,
so both
right
are
there.
at fault.
That's
Stevie Y didn't give him a good enough team to go deep in the playoffs, but Larkin, you wore the C on your chest. Along with guys like Zetterberg and Lindstrom and Stevie Y himself, like that, those are legends. You're going to go down as the worst Red Wings captain in NHL history, and that locker room fell apart 2 years in a row at the end of the season. That locker room was full of, pardon my French, our locker room was full of pussy at the end of the year. Like it felt like they went on the ice and it looked like they didn't want to play. So if you give that C to Mo, hopefully they rally around a guy like Mo, but they obviously didn't for Dylan Larkin. But again, two things can be true. You can be mad at Stevie Y and you can be mad at Larkin.
I think the thing, I just go back to the point of him being a one, guys, he's still a really good hockey player. You could still at some point get a package for him. And when this came out yesterday, the first thing I thought of was just like, dude, I do not blame Dylan Larkin for this. I know there's people like Neil calling him soft this. Dude, you don't blame the guy. You really don't. If we were all in that position in year, 11, you're probably like, yeah, this is exhausting.
Yeah.
And you are the captain. And at the end of the day, everything falls on you, and you're expected to be the one that steps up. And it's probably exhausting just taking all the blame the whole time. Yeah. So I understand from his point of view. Like, I'm not going to sit here and call him soft. He's not. He's gave you a hell of a run in Detroit. You just didn't get anything out of it.
Right.
And this is where I go with it too, by the way, with Steve Yzerman, if we want to go down that path just real quick. If I'm the Red Wings, if Steve Yzerman and Justin just sat in here and Justin was telling me before the show, there's a chance like maybe you have to rebuild and wait a couple more years. If that's the case, you move on from Steve Yzerman.
Yeah, good luck with that.
You're not doing another rebuild with Steve Yzerman. I just don't think so. Now, if Yzerman wants to go to ownership and Illich and say, hey, I have a plan to take some of this team right now and to take it to the next level with trading Larkin. Okay, like whatever. Like, yeah, do I not want it to happen? For sure. But I can live with it. But if they are like, boop, reset button, dude, let another GM come in and do that.
You got to love a rebuild, man.
I know it's the best.
What other GM gets a leash like that? It's insane.
2 rebuilds?
It's crazy.
In a an 8-year period?
We were talking about it in the back room. We can't name another GM in sports that was allowed to go through 2.
But honestly, ask yourself, would Chris Illich actually fire Steve Yzerman? Especially
but you go to him and say, hey, we'll give you an executive position. Like we'll move you around. Like you're still in the organization. Let's get another voice.
Yeah.
You need another voice in here. You need to have someone else be the GM, and you can be the president of hockey operations. I don't know what
the Tigers in the same boat.
Let's go to break. KG, tell us about our friends over at Loom.
I will tell the good people about Loom Cannabis, and they got their drink that they are promoting for the summer. They found some way to get you a buzzing drink, 7.5 milligrams of pure THC, kind of chill you out, calm you down. Ooh. They found a way to fuse that with energy somehow, man. They got the new buzzing energy drinks. It's the same smooth THC buzz that you love, now paired with a clean boost of caffeine from green tea extract, man. That is crazy. Real fruit, no artificial sweeteners. Buzzing energy is bold in flavors, light in calories, and built for them long summer days and even longer nights. You can try it in peach and raspberry lemonade, available at all 40 Loom locations across the state. And listen, you go to loom.com, you can get some of these and get 30% off your entire order by using code WSN30. Get yours today.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Thrive Energy pouches give me the energy and clarity to find and beat the shit out of every opportunity that shows its face.
Live and direct, I'm back on set action. Create the wave, we cannonball splash 'em. Mic cord swinging, get your head chopped. Point blank, dead stop. 16 bars in a headlock.
Thrive Energy pouches are for the people who actually want to win, not for the crybabies out there who are happy with a participation award. There's zero sugar, so give Thrive a try.
Go.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. 1's great. 2, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Dylan Larkin's looking for a home. And buying a home is a stressful decision.
Man.
Just like in sports, you need the right team behind you.
So will Stevie Y.
Stevie Y. That's why we're proud to welcome Supreme Lending to the Woodward Sports family. Here's the big thing, okay? And this is why you should trust Supreme Lending. Full-service lender. They boast a 99% close-on-time rate, 97% customer satisfaction score, and you mentioned Woodward Sports, you get up to $500 off your appraisal. So call the numbers on your screen. Let Chris and Chad take care of it. We're back. It's crunch time on Woodward Sports. Live 11 to 1 weekdays. I know we got into our Dylan Larkin conversation, and the people are talking about it. We're going to be transitioning. We'll talk some Lions OTAs. Players have spoken, so we're going to get to some of those clips. I want to get to the super chat here. Michael Weary, we appreciate the 5. He says, I love Stevie as a player, but great players don't always become great or good GMs. Michael, you're spot on, my friend, because I was going to bring that up today. We didn't have time, but I do want to just kind of hit on that for a second here. When you're a former player of that said organization and you're as great as Stevie Y, we see this across all sports. That's a tough, that's a tough battle because Stevie Y is always going to make comparisons to, hey, I was a captain, you're a captain, here's what I had to do, this is how I handle situations, this is how you should handle situations. It's a Joe Dumars delivered a championship, delivered a lot of winning. But there is that, we love him, but we also hold him to a general manager standard that he's not hitting. So it's like a love-hate thing. It's always tough when legends try and become GMs.
There's a separation.
Of that said organization.
As a fan, you have to be able to separate. At first, it was really cool, right? It's really cool.
Especially
but when
when
you do get to a point, of, hey, we're not winning, you do have to be able to separate. Right? And if he was winning, then it's like, yeah, this is awesome. Steve Yzerman, you've won cups with him. He's the captain. And then he's your GM, and he's helping you turn this franchise around. But then when things go bad, you can't keep just sitting there rolling with it. You got to be able to sit there and be like, okay, we can move on from him. And there's no hard feelings at that point, right? Like, we tried. No hard feelings.
That's fair.
But you are getting to a point. And Justin, what year is it for Stevie Y? 8? 9? You're getting into year 9 where it's like, hey, okay, we're overdoing it now. Like, right? This might be a little too much. So that's the situation that's in hand, honestly. And fans got to be able to separate that. Like, you can't hate Steve Yzerman for this fail, but because he is still one of the greatest of all time.
Let's get to some of these player videos. By the way, hey, let's go, KG. Hold up, shout out to our friends at Card Distillers.
Yep.
Give me a little.
Yes,
pour
we're dabbling. It's Bourbon Friday. Shout out to Big D Energy. Here you go, Boone. Here you.
Boom pouring up.
Boom
Okay.
pour.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, we got to let the bourbon rip. You got Dylan Larkin asking out. Tigers stink.
Neil did say, hey, if you guys are going to take the 11 to 1 slot, the only thing I want you guys to do is make sure you guys have a little bourbon on
Hey, shout out, man. I still got a little bit from the morning. Toast up, my guys.
We'll keep it right here.
You want some, Caleb?
To a successful transition.
Why? Caleb, no?
I'm good.
All right, fair enough. Almost called you. Oh, here we go, boys. Cheers.
Woo!
Put some hair on your chest.
Woo! Wow. Yeah. Yep. All right, let's get to these videos. Jameson Williams, we got today. So what are we hitting first?
We're going to do Jameson Williams.
All right, let it rip. Here's J-Mo.
Catching. That was my main thing, catching. I wanted to get better at catching.
How'd you work on that? Any specific drills you were?
No, it's a mind thing. It's a mind thing to me.
Is that just mental reps then? Like you're just playing those out in your mind?
Yeah. A lot.
You catch everything?
I love it. J-Mo talking about the catching stuff, which, by the way, I mean, Dan Campbell started this thing. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Dan Campbell's quote on J-Mo, like, he'll never have the hands of Amon-Ra St. Brown, paraphrasing, but that's essentially what he said, and he was being real. I mean, that's not a...
And he was correct.
But I think some people look into that, and they're like, wow, Dan Campbell just took a shot at J-Mo. No, he's
being honest
keeping a
with
stack.
your players, right?
Amon-Ra look at his hands. He's one of the best pass catchers in the league.
Besides last year.
So to say that J-Mo isn't one of the best pass catchers is not a diss. That's just like, hey, bro, this guy's on a different level, and that's okay.
Well, it's like being with Jared Goff as a quarterback. Hey, the guy's not mobile. Okay, but he's great in the pocket, right? Like it's that conversation, but just with a receiver. Hey, he's a playmaker. He gets over 1,000 yards. He can get you 8 touchdowns a year. Yards after catch, he's there. The problem is trying to get the ball in his hands, right? Like how many times last year did we see J-Mo wide open, a slant route, boom, dropped, and it's like, oh, come on, man. But I do love, like, my biggest thing with players is, hey, if you do have those negatives to you, especially like catching, that can be fixed.
Yeah.
Correct? Like, catching can be fixed. Get on the jugs machine.
Work on it. Yep.
Work on it. That's something that's fixable. It's like a jump shot with Jalen Durham. Like, it's fixable. You can work on it. And then I know, hey, he's not joining getting a 3-point shot.
Yeah, I'll say, you say he can't work on it.
He's not getting a 3-point shot, though. He's not doing all that.
You said he can't.
I don't think he needs to, but
he'll have a decent mid-range. But the thing with J-Mo is we've seen him catch the ball. It's about just honing in that one little thing. And I think that's something that's like, I love to hear that out of a guy like Jameson Williams.
Yeah.
Like, you're honing in on that one thing. Like, what else is J-Mo bad at? He's a good blocker. He's turned into a good blocker. He's great at running routes. He's a playmaker. He's explosive. Literally the one thing with his game that sets him apart from Amon-Ra to him, it's literally just Amon-Ra can catch everything. Everything. If J-Mo gets to that point, defense has got to watch out. Because if you have Amon-Ra and J-Mo both as some of the best catchers in the league, it's over at that point.
Yeah.
Think about the games we've lost and some of the games that turned because J-Mo's dropped the pass. Like, I remember multiple times.
No, there were some times for sure.
So if he cleans that up, man, he's going to be really good.
But I would also like to see more volume for J-Mo because that has been a thing, since J-Mo has got here. Are you really giving him enough touches when you know that he is the type of player that can flip games for you? Like, I've always said it, I'm a broken record, sorry, y'all, but he has the NFL's most coveted skill, and that is speed. And he has also gotten better as a route runner, as you said before. So that is literally the only thing holding him back. But if you're only getting 6 targets a game, then, I mean, it is what it is, man. But if you get him more volume, get him more involved in this offense, like Johnny Mo said he was going to do last year, I think you will see a better J-Mo, and he will have the opportunity to go out there and make more plays.
What's crazy is Jamison Williams. Let me tell you guys this stat. Jamison Williams is 9th in the NFL in 2025 in receiving yards. He was 34th, tied for 34th in targets this year. 34th.
It's ridiculous.
So imagine if you just give him, I don't know, 10 more targets, maybe 15, one more a game.
Yeah.
He's top. I mean, you can argue. I mean, he jumps up into the top 5 of yards.
And I'm sick
that's with Amon-Ra.
And I'm sick of, where's the targets going to come from? Who are you going to take away from? I don't care. Like, Amon-Ra can sacrifice a few extra targets a game. Laporta, once these guys get back. But you have, with somebody with that skill set, you have to get him the ball more in order for him to be the best J-Mo he can be.
Yeah, it's about, for a guy like that, it's about just getting him in open field, too.
That's it.
Like, that's where it's like, we had this conversation last year with Klotz about Sam Laporta and J-Mo, and he said Laporta was going to have more yards. I was like, there's just no way, because even if J-Mo has less targets, when that guy catches the ball, he's gone.
He can turn a 10-yard slant into a touchdown.
Yeah, every time too, it feels like.
Yeah.
So that's why you're giving yourself opportunities for more explosive plays. Yeah, also too, he's 39th in receptions as well. So like
come on, man.
Yeah,
it's a massive difference.
Go ahead, Caleb, and then we'll go to break after.
No, I was just gonna say, like, to KG's point, do you guys think those lack of targets has something to do with? Well, number one, they put themselves in a lot of third downs last year because of the run game not being there. They put themselves in a lot of 3rd and 7s, and if you're 3rd and 7, like J-Mo's a great player. Like he takes the top off the field. He could, like you guys said, he could turn a 5-yard slant into a 60-yard touchdown. But when you're in those 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7s, like, that ball's going to Amon-Ra St. Brown. That ball's going to a healthy Sam Laporta. Those are my sure-handed guys. So I guess kind of to your point, and then I guess I'm asking you, like, do you think the lack of targets is because of their lack of trust in J-Mo's hands in those big spots on those 3rd downs?
Well, let me sip the bourbon first.
Yeah.
And I'll think about this as I'm sipping the bourbon.
Perhaps.
It is.
You got to say a fancy
word
now.
KG, because I get what you're saying. Get J-Mo more targets.
Yeah.
But you're like, I don't want to hear, like, where does it come from? You do have to, though, because it's not like you're on a team that doesn't have all pros. You have 2.
No, I get that.
Like, J-Mo's not even all pro, and it's like, yeah, if he was a wide receiver one on another team, potentially, but you have an all pro wide receiver. You have an all-pro tight end at his best.
I get it.
So
but this is an offense that spreads the ball around.
But it is a
famously.
thing where it's like, hey, you know that you're a top 5 offense getting the ball to those guys. Now you start changing it. Where does that offense go? Does it get better? Where do those targets realistically come from? Because even then, with those, guess who wasn't playing last year? Sam Laporta.
No, I get that.
And you had no tight end targets, and you still weren't getting him the ball. So where do they come from? Do you take the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs' hands too? Like, that's where it's like, such
less
a tough
passes out the backfield, and you got J-Mo.
No, I'm with you, KG. I don't give a damn who you take the ball away from. I know one thing. Last year, the first 8 games before Dan Campbell took over play calling, this dude averaged 2.5 catches with Johnny Mo. He had a game where he had 0 catches, 0 targets.
All right.
And he still had a career high across the board. So think about that for a second. If he got involved as he did in the second half at the beginning of the year, this dude could have had not only a career year, but a Pro Bowl year.
1,000 yards is atrocious for a player like him.
He should be a 1,300 minimum type of guy.
Yeah, and you know what helps that too, and this might sound crazy, but the run game helps that because you're going to put yourself into in second and 2s where you could make those shot plays. The safeties are gonna have to play more in the box with a better run game. They're not going to be able to play deep and take away that deep J-Mo post. So like we've talked about it all the time.
Yep.
Like it all comes back to the offensive line in the run game. It gives Jared Goff more time for J-Mo's route to develop. So I think with an improved run game and everything, I think J-Mo's going to have a huge year. They're going to be able to use him in spots they want to.
By the way, too, I'm sorry, I know we got to go to break here. Just real quick, like I think an argument with this, and it's like, hey, has J-Mo, has he worked on catching? Is he better at it? Because like we literally last year lost a game because of him.
Yeah, but you could say the same thing about St. Brown.
But no.
St. Brown had a down year.
He did, but St. Brown also gave you 1,500 yards. But the thing with J-Mo, it's like that Packers game. You had a 4th down to where he catches it. He probably runs for a touchdown, and you would get a first down, obviously.
Yeah.
But best case, you score for a touchdown, you probably win that game. And it was just a clear drop.
I get
so
it.
you have to
But
put
Ra
yourself.
get the targets,
it's easy.
though.
It's easy for us to sit up here and say, "Oh, give it to J-Mo, give it to J-Mo." You have to put yourself in the other side of the position and say, "Hey, do we feel comfortable doing that in big moments?"
No, that's fair. Yeah.
In big moments, do we like? And they went at him in a big moment, and that was a play specifically drawn up for him. And he, instead of catching the ball and running, he tried to take off before and drop the pass, and you end up losing the game versus the Packers.
But I've also seen him carry an offense
you have,
in the NFC
but
Championship
I've never
game.
seen Amon-Ra drop a ball in a 4th down that lost you a game. So you trust Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra. You have to earn that trust.
See, but I've seen J-Mo do it on the big
It's easy
stage,
for us to
though.
sit behind mics and say, "Give it to J-Mo, he's explosive." Do you trust? Did Dan Campbell trust him?
gave it to him
and
in
then
the
when they
NFC
win,
That's what I'm saying. He
Championship
carried your offense in the NFC
it goes hand in hand, though.
Championship,
It goes both ways. You have to see it on that perspective.
They gave him the rock.
Because I want.
Yeah, like,
listen,
he's had plenty of big moments.
I want J-Mo to have. This
plenty
is
of
where
big
you're not
moments.
hearing me. I want J-Mo to get the rock.
No, I hear
But
you.
in
I
those
hear you.
moments, you got to be able to trust him more than Amon-Ra and Sam Laporta. You have to have. He has to jump them. Has he yet? I don't know. He just admitted that his issue was catching the ball.
We got to go to break.
Let's go to break.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a good discussion, though. for sure.
Planet Fitness is for everyone. They got 2,700 clubs nationwide, 50 in Metro Detroit. By the way, just signed up for one, got my black card. It's nice. Okay, I've been a local gym guy for a while. I got one by the house. I love, you know everybody in there. But something about Planet Fitness, the accessibility. You can go to different Planet Fitnesses. You get a black card. You can bring a friend with you. It's one of a kind, and that's why they're one of a kind. Bring a free guest. Like I said, $24.99 a month. We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
All right, let me tell you guys about Art and Jake's. There are regular sports bars, and then there's Art and Jake's. Nobody else even comes close on game day. They have over 80 wall-to-wall TVs, 22 draft beers on tap. You see it there, 90-plus menu items. You can get it online. Make sure you scan that QR code right there next to my head to join AJ's fan club and download the A&J mobile app. Also, too, the boys I think are going to be there potentially. I might go there tonight for the NBA Finals game. So make sure you guys go follow them at Art and Jake's on socials. Find a location near you today. It's a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
We're back. It's crunch time on Woodward Sports. By the way, I want to get to some comments, and we'll get to the Panay Sewell video. Chuck Brewer, we'll get to a super chat, actually, before we do that.
Shout out, Chuck.
Shout out. Dante, you jumped the line with the $10.
Shout out.
He says, hell, Booner, we lost the game with Tesla dropping a pass. Also, J-Mo and Gibbs was the only players who showed up against the Eagles, and the Lions went away from them in that game.
There's scenarios I'm not saying you can't go to J-Mo.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, as you are developing these offenses and you're earning trust in players, one, it takes time, and two, like, if there are people ahead of J-Mo that they have more trust in, like an all-pro wide receiver, I can understand why they go to him, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard to say, like, hey, just give me 3 Amon-Ra receptions. When Amon-Ra, it's like, hey, you're winning with him.
No, I get that.
So that's
It's a
where,
fair point.
and I'm
It
with
is.
you too, though, because you do go to J-Mo in some big moments and he steps up. This isn't me going at J-Mo. I think I'm with you. It's such a hard scenario to put yourself in.
And part of it feels like you can't fully utilize his full capabilities because of some of the limitations of Jared Goff. And this is no diss to Goff. Sticks in the building, so I don't want no problems. But it's the honest fact. If J-Mo was on any other team, he's probably the number one. And he's probably 1,400 yards a year. Let's
It's
be real
Goff's
about it.
game
I think
that
that's
makes
a
it work.
fact too. By the way,
Goff, his strength is Sam and Amon-Ra, and then he'll throw a deep ball like Tampa says in the chat. J-Mo should get 3 fades a game.
Yeah, and hey, by the way, too, Tampa's Lions Club said it's effective and looks great statistically, but to your point, KG, but Goff is much more comfortable being a check down Charlie and getting his pass yards off Yak. That's where I agree a little bit.
They run J-Mo on drag routes. Like, what are we doing here?
Well, that's the thing, though. That's the thing where they have that slant route on 4th down, and then he drops it, and it's just like,
I get it.
dude.
Yeah.
And that's maybe not his game, more say. You know what I mean?
Right. But you shouldn't be scared to go back to it, though,
and
even if it fails. You
for
should
sure.
go.
But that's why I think once you get to the offseason, I love to hear the fact that J-Mo's like, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I actually hate. That's a whole different conversation. I understand he dropped that 4th down call. Or that 4th down pass. They should have never went for it.
No,
they shouldn't.
Yeah, it was.
You had Amon-Ra out, Sam Laporta out, and you went to a guy who no disrespect.
But again, to be fair, he was wide
Doesn't
open.
matter.
You catch
We
that
know-
ball.
we know
I
when
probably
it-
could
and
have.
that-
I'm
I
not
think
trying to
both
like
sides
do
are
that
fair,
whole like
yeah.
I could have done that.
No.
Since they did go to him, he's got to catch it. But at the
But
same
at the same
time, you
you
should have
should've
never
But
did
that's
it.
part but that's part of like, hey, when you are trying to build that trust so you can start getting more. Those are the moments where it's like, hey, Amon-Ra probably catches that. Those are the moments where you're like, hey, if I want to earn trust over Amon-Ra, it's just like in our profession. Like if you're trying to work your way up the ladder, when you get that moment finally, you got to step up. And if you don't, guess what? You're probably not going to get the opportunity, and you have to wait till it's your moment again.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like for J-Mo in that situation. And again, NFC Championship game. The touchdown, like when his number has been called in a lot of big moments, he has stepped up. But there also has been some where you're like, oh, that's a tough drop.
Chuck Brewer, Brown, I love these. Brown, 1,800. J-Mo, 1,500. Tesla, 1,200. Laporta, 1,000. Gibbs, 1,000. 6,500 yards for golf loading.
He trolled him.
One of my favorites.
That bourbon, Chuck.
Right.
Hey, by the way, Chuck's right,
cheers.
though. We do have this stuff every offseason, Lions fan. We get into these deep waters.
Yeah, we do.
Where it's like break out for this, break out for this, break out for this. We're at about 8K.
Right.
One of my favorite segments, though, that we do in the
So
offseason
funny.
is when we get to do the predictions for yards. I love that.
Yeah,
I love
it's
to
always
see,
fun, for
I
sure.
love to see where people each offseason go with that.
Yeah.
Like what player, like I remember like when we did it last year, again, Klotz was like with Laporta. Laporta's going to have 1,200 yards.
Like, no,
And Jamel's going to have 800. And I'm like, whoa. Like it's fun to hold accountable with those.
Let's get to the Penei Sewell clip here, Caleb. So Penei talked about playing that left side. Let's hear from him.
Growing pains with her, how did you feel with making the switch?
I mean, I feel like everybody in the world now has a good understanding of how the switch is. I mean, there's other players in the league that talked about it, and so for me personally right now, I think it's just cool. Just take it day by day and just focus on that. Control what's right in front of me. I feel like I've looked too far ahead. It could be frustrating, but you just got to keep coming to the building each and every day, finding something to get better at.
What's the hardest part of that switch?
I mean, you can just look it up. Everybody's already talked about it, so I'm not really going to be really just reinnovate all that. So it's just different. You're switching your whole stance and everything. So, but it is what it is.
Love Penei Sewell, man. I love it. He's I mean, this has been a storyline with him moving to left. He's probably like, dude,
you're right. Second nature to me.
Yeah.
He
So
like
riding a bike.
Come on.
he's going to
What
win.
are we
He's
doing?
going to be an All-Pro.
Yeah.
And he's going to win Offensive Player or Offensive Lineman of the Year at that position.
the old protector.
Yeah,
protector of the year.
like I said in the morning show, like not to say that there might not be an adjustment there, but that happens in camp. By the time the season rolls around, he'll be right. He'll be right back in that mode. I'm not worried.
And it's not like his rookie year or like I mean he played left tackle at Oregon.
Yeah.
But it's not like a situation where it's like he's a rookie and he's still like learning the NFL. The guy is like he was already the best tackle in all of football. So he has no like there's no like dipping my toe. He's good to go. By the way, too, before I don't know if you guys if anyone watched the whole interview with him, there was probably like 10 seconds of no one saying anything and him just standing up there. And he is the most massive human of all time. And he was breathing. It was like, it sounded like Darth Vader. Like, it was like,
oh, shit.
Scary, dude.
And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, that might be the scariest human on planet Earth right now. And I was like, I was taken aback. I was like, I cannot believe. Like, if I was the reporter there, like, imagine the doc standing across from him and that happening.
That's the wrong thing.
You get 20 reps. You got to win 1 rep.
I would win
against him.
0.
No. How about this? 50 reps against Penei Sewell.
0.
Hold on,
Hell
50
no.
reps against Penei Sewell.
I might die.
You get 1. Don't factor in tiredness into this. Let's just say you get up, you go back.
Nothing. I'm dead every time.
You get 1. You get $1 million.
I'm not doing it.
If you don't, You got to spend 30 days in jail.
I'm not doing it. I'm cool.
I mean, I'll attempt it, but I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. Just get the cot ready for me. Like,
It's like I told Conklin. I said, hey, give me 30 reps.
You silly as fuck.
Let me guard you. How many can I?
Who are the most
how many are you
confident person
catching? And he's like, I'm catching every single
Chris
one.
beat him in basketball.
In 7th grade.
I've heard Chris beat him in basketball.
Wait, our Chris?
In seventh grade.
Was this what was cameras? I mean, what?
No.
Yeah, what do you explain?
Even Tyler was like, I'll just give it to you. He's like, that never happened, but I'll give it to you.
That's got to be.
He said he showed up to his friend's house in a driveway. In like a driveway hoop, and it was Conklin.
That still
there
counts.
shooting
That's
around.
a game.
And he said he beat him, and Tyler was like, I don't remember that at all. He was like, but you can. He basically was like, you can have that though, little bro.
I don't know.
Somebody
lying.
said.
Somebody lying here.
That's basically what the vibe was when he said it.
Yeah, that's shout out our guy Chris, man. Chris Platty.
Shout out, man. Platty Pods.
Yep, that's it. Let's see. People are in the comments here. Tampa Lions fan Dan is so stubborn about 4th downs and full contact practice. I think he's a great coach, but he's got to bend on those. I'll say this: I'm not going to comment on like the full. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know more about full contact practices versus like I don't know the ins and outs of like how that. I will say this though, okay, because I do have an opinion on the 4th down stuff. I think a lot of that we talk about on the show a lot is about adaptability. I think that's where Dan has to grow. I do think he's a great coach.
Yeah. Situationally,
there are problems. I mean, people forget NFC Championship game.
No.
Yeah, it was on Dan too. We could talk about the drops and the fumble and the defense, but part of that was Dan's decision making, being aggressive and not being aggressive, being aggressive and not being aggressive. Like if you're gonna do this 4th down stuff, like
you gotta commit.
But you gotta commit. And I'm not saying every, but there's times where you see it feels obvious and he doesn't, and then there's times where you're like, yeah, there's no way, and then he does. Right. So some of that feel for the game stuff he definitely has to grow upon. I'm not saying I'm not one of those guys that every time I'm nitpicking it, but we all watch football enough. We kind of know like.
But he has also gotten to a point where he was hitting at a 70% clip at one point in terms of 4th down.
And that was
conversion.
also with that offensive line they had.
No, for sure. There were factors. I'm not saying there weren't factors.
But again,
got to know your personnel.
Yeah. Again, if you still think you can do that,
you can.
The number one thing is situationally, and it's adapting. Like that Eagles game last year, he's like, we're going for it every time. Why? You don't do that. Guess what? You win. You beat the Eagles, and then you're in a different position down the stretch.
Right.
So it's like you just have to be able to adapt
for
to
example,
a situation in the game.
I brought up when you were talking the JMO thing. Like, okay, JMO dropped it. You're right. He dropped it. But in that game, they had the offensive line was terrible. They had no pass catchers out there, but JMO, and you go for a pass play on 4th down. Like I get it. JMO should have caught it, but that's where you're like, all right, we're out everybody. Maybe we should be a little more. This offensive line stinks. Maybe we shouldn't drop back on 4th down. Like it's just like stuff like that. But whatever.
I was actually watching. I was watching the Steelers game today while I was working out. That feels crazy to watch it, but I threw it on. I watched the first 2 quarters, and there was a possession that the Lions had to where it was a red zone possession, and they end up turning it over on downs in the first quarter versus the Steelers because they run Jahmyr Gibbs, who, mind you, got you to the red zone. David Montgomery got you all the way up there. He had like a 30-yard run that got you into the red zone. You're inside the goal line. They run the ball with Jahmyr Gibbs. Then they try and throw a pass on 2nd down. Then in 3rd down, they finally put D-Mont back on the field, and they don't run the ball to D-Mont. And then guess what they do on 4th down on the goal line? They do a rollout pass for Jared Goff. No one's open. He has to force something, almost turns it over, and then your turnover on downs, Steelers get the ball back, and it's like you lose that game. Like you lost the game. And it's like that. Those are the decision makings where it's like, hey, the Steelers just took a field goal. It's 3-0. You're in the red zone, in the goal line. Just take the 3 points.
Take the
3-3. Let's go. Let's turn the other way.
That Steelers offense. Well, at the time they ended up scoring a lot of points, but you're like, this offense is butt cheeks.
You should be able to.
You should be able to win with 18.
Right.
You're like, obviously it didn't pan out that way, but I'm with you. Yeah, I'm
with you. Again, situational.
Let's get to break. We come back. We got more to get to. Jahmyr Gibbs spoke as well. I'm going to get to some comments, so let those things fly, man. We want to get to the people as well. But before we do that, got to hear about our friends from Thrive.
Thrive, let me tell you about it. Most people think energy comes in a 16-ounce can full of sugar and non-colored liquid, but you know better. It's time to upgrade your game with Thrive energy pouches. The owner of Thrive was in here yesterday, and during our show, we talked to him during the break. He dropped off some new peppermint flavors. It was unbelievable.
Cinnamon too.
It's cinnamon too, and I'll tell you this: we're here kind of grinding throughout the day. It was about 4 or 5 o'clock. I started yawning. Threw a Thrive in, I was good to go. I didn't even fall asleep. I couldn't go to sleep because it had me juiced up. So then there's no jitters, no sugar crash, zero bloating. Thrive, it can be found on dipstop.com. using promo code WSN for 15% off your entire order and exclusively at all Market Fresh and Market Square locations. Thrive, clean energy, zero distractions. They just effing work.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Let me tell you about our friends over at Pure Psychiatry, because listen, if you're like Dylan Larkin and you're struggling internally with some things in your life, you're not alone. And you could talk to people. It's okay. Even for men out there that want to be all big and tough, you can speak to somebody, and Pure Psychiatry provides that for you. Personalized psychiatric care designed specifically for you, which is the best. They got 16 locations in Michigan, 2 in Ohio. They make getting help accessible and comfortable. So please visit the website, purepsychmi.com.
Yeah, I say in the past, like people, like they would say that, but we wouldn't get to it till like later. Right now, he implemented it to day one. So like. I have routes day 1, day 2. I have a bunch of different, other routes. So, yeah, it'll be fine.
The question is, with Jahmyr Gibbs, is how much more can he give? Honestly, I know we talked yesterday about like the bell cow stuff, but I'm just talking from a pass catching standpoint. Like, I want to get into that conversation. Yeah. Can he be a 1,000 type of player like Christian McCaffrey? Yeah. For those watching, we got a lot of people in here. You guys are showing love. Hit the like button on the stream. It takes a second, pushes us out in the algorithm. Let's get to 100 likes. 150. We still have a thing on the table here. It's a glizzy.
Glizzy off. Can we get? If you get 150 before show ends.
And Caleb got to eat 2 Coney dogs in race.
I still think I'm gonna beat Caleb.
At 150 likes, we're at 100. We're almost at 100. So let's get to that goal number. But yeah, how much?
150. By the way, by like 12:40, so we can order the dogs and do them during mailbag. We got to have it by 12:40.
Worst case, we can do it the next.
Yeah, if it's after 12:40, we'll do it Monday. But if it's before 12:40, we can get someone to go down and grab some Cody dogs for the boys.
The good old Monday glizzy off.
Oh, dude, I want to do it today. I'm hungry right now.
I can do it today.
I got to work on it this morning, so I already worked them off.
So Monday we're on remote, so y'all can do the glizzy off at the golf course.
Oh,
maybe that's the turn, baby.
We might have to do Tuesday.
Yeah,
we might have to do Tuesday. That's a big event. Yeah, I don't know if we can do it on Monday.
Hell no, look at Justin.
We can't do it glizzy off.
No, bro.
But let's just get 150 before 12:40 today, and we'll be good to go.
Let's get to the gift stuff.
This is interesting to me because can I just say this real quick, and I want to get your thoughts. Them, like last year with John Morton, the one thing that's always been a pushback with Jahmyr Gibbs has always been working his receiving game get to. And he just said there, basically, I don't want to say it was a shot at John Morton, but it was, hey, they usually wait to kind of get me involved. And maybe it feels like when he said it, like maybe they wait a little too long and he's not able to kind of get into the groove of it or learn it. And they're like, hey, they always are waiting a couple weeks until I even start working on the receiving games and running routes and getting out there. The one thing I love with Drew Petzing, and this is, again, new OC, where you're looking at improvements, little things right now without pads. He goes, hey, since day one, Drew Petzing has installed me running routes. Since day one. And he basically said there, I've never had that yet. No coach, no OC has put me in a position since I've been in the NFL where I'm out there doing routes in day one. And he's like, now we're on week 2, and right away, like even in week 1, I was doing it. So I think for him, it's like it's about developing it, right? You need to get the reps to get better at it. get the more reps in within this new offense. I think that's a good sign for Jahmyr Gibbs in the passing game.
The thing I love about what Gibbs did is it kind of applies to my JMO point earlier. Take a look at what John Morton did with some of these skill position players. JMO averaged 2.5 catches the first however many games John Morton was calling plays until Dan took over. Go look at Jahmyr Gibbs in the passing game, like you said. He had a game in which he had 10 catches once with John Morton. It was to open the year. After that, he had multiple games with 2 catches, 1 catch, 3 catches. With Dan Campbell calling plays, he had 2 games with double-digit catches. He had 10 against the Steelers and 11 against the Giants. He had 7 in another game. They targeted him with high volume. And here's the interesting thing about Jahmyr Gibbs in the passing game. 94 targets last year, 77 catches.
Yeah.
That's unreal. He's got hands,
and that's
man.
more than even when Ben Johnson was here.
Yes, he had 300 yards with Ben Johnson his final year in the passing game, 517 last year, and most of that was at the back half. And then, 600 last year, 500 with Ben Johnson's last year. So he upped his production with John Morton, but really Dan Campbell in the second half of the year. It was really all Dan Campbell. Can he up that to even more this year? Like I would be interested. I think this is where we go back to Chuck Brewer's comment about the 1,000.
Right.
I'm on JMO. I think JMO increases his production. So like Jahmyr, I think probably gets around the same. I don't think he's going to get 1,000 yards in this offense receiving unless you get injuries. Like Christian McCaffrey did it with the Panthers, but like, bro.
Yeah, but he was the only.
He was the guy.
Yeah, right.
And can Jahmyr do it? Yeah, of course.
They had no other talent besides
absolutely,
him. Really,
but I think because JMO steps up this year with everyone else kind of staying afloat, I think you're going to see a similar Jahmyr Gibbs, but that 2,000 yards from scrimmage area is where I like him at, and I think to have a guy who can get you 600 yards receiving is a weapon. Like that's what they advertised him as when they drafted him. He's a weapon, and they're really starting to use him like that. So
yeah.
Shout out to Drew Petzing for really implementing that.
Yeah, that's the biggest news I wanted because I think that was the question with Jahmyr. It's the one, what is he between the tackles, and can he be the bell cow where you're really confident and consistent? But 2, it's like, can you expand his game? And Drew Petzing, I put out a video on Woodward yesterday about Drew Petzing talking about Jahmyr, and he essentially just was – he was kind of straight up. He was like, dude, the sky's the limit for this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the sky's the limit.
He's capable.
As good as he wants to be, he can be.
Yeah.
And then that's being like, hey, can this guy win Offensive Player of the Year? Yes, that's why he's the favorite right now. So it's about putting him in those positions. And I think Drew Petzing's very aware of that, to where in the past maybe they didn't put him in every position that he was best in. And like, hey, if you do want to run the ball and you don't think maybe he's a consistent bell cow to where he can run between the tackles, that's why you do have Isaiah Pacheco. And you've had David Montgomery. Those are those big body guys that can go get you the 2 or 3 yards. But you have to put him in the right positions to be successful. That's how I look at it.
This comment here, let's see. I love these comments. By the way, keep them coming. Let's see. Duncan, I brought up the Dan Campbell calling plays part of the schedule. Duncan says we lost 4 of the last 6 games. Stan took us from 8-5 to 9-8. So yeah, Johnny Moe deserves the credit for that 8-5, right? That's how we'd would shape that up.
Yeah,
come on.
It's kind of hard when you got to take somebody's job mid-year.
Yeah, that's.
It can be
kind of
tough.
I understand it. And Dre Day says his receiving production went up because he was averaging 3 yards a carry. The run game was beat. Fair.
Yeah, that is fair.
He couldn't run the ball. I understand that. I do. Chuck Brewer, Jeff, I don't care the year-end numbers. I want the tools being used in an option, but I don't care how we get there as long as the production equals wins. I'm with you, Chuck. And honestly, Samuel Porter was out. So got to factor that in, So I think they depended on him a lot because of that. But hopefully this year, like I'm more focused on what he does on the ground. Like the receiving stuff is awesome, and you need him on third down. I get all that. But my interest is how does the rushing offense look than what does Jahmyr put up receiving. They got enough dudes who can catch passes. Like we know what Jahmyr can do. They threw it to him in the goal at the goal line a couple times, but yeah, I'm with you. I'm more concerned what he does on the ground, fellas.
Yeah,
that's what I'm.
Hey, by the way, breaking news. Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
The Chicago Bears are officially moving their stadium to Indiana.
No,
the Indiana Bears.
No, stop.
The Bears. I don't know, board of whatever.
Where'd that come from?
They just voted ESPN, Adam Schefter, everyone's tweeting.
No
The Bears
way.
released a statement.
The Indiana Bears.
I can read the Bears statement for you guys if you want real quick.
No way.
It says, yesterday the Chicago Bears board of directors met and voted to advance our stadium development project in Hammond, Indiana with the exact site to be selected. We believe a world-class stadium project and Hammond will transform the region connecting northwest Indiana to the south side of Chicago through the Loop and across neighborhoods and suburbs stretching to the north of the city. It will bring Chicagoland together and deliver new opportunities to residents and business. They are moving the Indiana Bears.
Bro, get the fuck off.
No,
they actually
way.
did it. They actually did it,
bruh.
That's insane.
Indiana. Now let's kick them while they're down.
Okay? For sure.
I like this. You know, this is if you're a Bears fan, which people do accuse me of being so, which is, you know, it's whatever. You can always drop the Indiana Bears bar on them. I mean, imagine that. You argue anything, Indiana Bears, you lose. And honestly, say what you want about like Soldier Field and playing outside and all that
crazy,
stuff.
guys.
To not
That's
be
nuts,
playing
bro.
in Chicago.
For Chicago to lose a team.
For
to lose
Chicago
a franchise.
to lose, yes.
Yeah, like, especially that franchise.
That's an L. Yeah, massive L.
Bears and Bulls, you never thought would leave the state of Illinois. That's nuts, bro. I didn't think it would actually happen. I know there was a lot of talk around, this could happen, and they're offering the money, but now that it's actually a thing, wow.
Chuck said for those who have driven through Hammond, you can't tell you're not in the Chicago subs. I've never been there.
I've never been to Hammond before.
Yeah, not Hammond.
I'm not familiar, to be honest.
And I don't plan on going ever.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair. I think there's a lot of Bears fans that don't plan on going. I mean, for real.
That's actually fucked. Like, if you're a Bears fan, dude, I would be livid. I would be so mad right now. Could you imagine if, like, the Lions left?
In Ohio?
Like, that's
How much Toledo?
Yeah, that's such bullshit.
How much further is that drive from, like,
it's
where
I
you would
looked
go
it up
to?
when this all started happening. It's like, I think it might be on it. Oh, actually, correct me if someone in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it actually might be a shorter drive because they were going to move their stadium no matter what. It was either Arlington Heights or it was Hammond. I'm pretty sure Hammond is closer to Soldier Field.
Location-wise, which is the...
It's just the reason where the border's at. The border.
Well, look at Who Farted. Who Farted says the Bears moved to Indiana before they threw for 4,000.
Yeah. You can't keep the Chicago name, can you?
Well, you're still like Chicago.
Well, it's
kind
of like New York. Yeah, it's like when New York teams play in like.
But it's not.
or something.
It's not Illinois. You're literally in Indiana. Like you can't keep Chicago. Like that's just me though. Like I don't know, man.
Will I am shout out for the $2. He says we could call them the Hammond Hobos.
Yeah,
the
Hammond
I like that. I like that.
I like that. Yeah, that's
I feel like you gotta change the city name.
Ben Johnson's probably like, bitch,
dude, what the fuck?
We love Chicago, and now we got to go drive to Hammond to play games. I mean, what are we doing?
It's all coming together. Caleb's on the Madden cover. It's all coming together.
Yeah,
they knew it.
Yeah. Let's go to break. We get back. We'll talk about this ESPN stuff, man. Talking about ESPN came out with an article ranking Super Bowl teams, the percentage of chance they have to win a Super Bowl. Where do the Lions rank?
All right.
Let's have that discussion, man.
Yeah, KG, you want to tell us about Gold Crown?
I will tell the people about Gold Crown. And I can tell you from personal experience, they're that damn good. They are just good. The Royal Juniors, and now they got the big boys, the Royal Jesters, 1.5 grams each, and they are quad infused. That means Keef coated, live resin infused, THCA diamonds, and terpenes. That sounds like 4 ways to get high, baby. These ain't your just regular pre-rolls. These are top tier, have you analyzing shit you shouldn't even be analyzing, or maybe moving your team from Chicago to Indiana of all places. But Michigan made, top tier, no shortcuts. Next time you at the dispo, don't think, just ask for the Royal Jesters, because if you're gonna smoke, you should not go to Indiana and smoke like royalty.
Dan Campbell is in redemption mode.
No, make no mistake. It's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
And Woodward Sports is here to cheer on the Detroit Lions every snap. Don't miss a moment of Detroit Lions coverage. Follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms now.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasta salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Yeah, man, it is one of the best drinks. Shout out to All Day IPA and Founders. We're excited to announce our new partners at Founders Brewing and the legendary All Day IPA. It marks the 15th year anniversary of All Day IPA and helped define the section of IPA category. But it's fans who are what make All Day IPA.
Hang in there, buddy.
Today. It's citrusy, crisp, and refreshing with a perfectly balanced taste at 4.7 ABV and built to go the distance the entire game. Next time you're watching a game, make sure you grab an all-day IPA from Founders and please drink responsibly.
Wait a battle.
That's a hand-up
Hey,
moment.
wait a
That's
minute.
a hand-up moment. I apologize.
I was getting the
Booner.
countdown.
No,
We were getting the countdown, and it was already
I
up
know.
there.
My finger
He
slipped.
said
I had-
10-0. You're live.
That's a hand-up moment. That's a hand-up moment.
I was like, wait a second. I
Yeah,
looked
he
up,
caught
I'm
everybody
up.
off guard.
I was like, oh, no, man.
My bad, gentlemen. Hand-up moment.
You started
Hand-up
reading that
moment.
and pressed the button. I'm like, what the hell?
It's good content. We're back. It's
I was sitting there
Alright,
for a
crunch time.
second.
Woodward
Caleb was like,
Sports.
my hand slipped.
Technical difficulties. It's okay.
Oh my goodness. Let's get to these super chats. I believe we
Those pizza
we're
hands.
just missing one, right? Oh,
See,
two.
that's unnecessary, Booter. Come on, bro.
We got two side lists. Thank you for the $2. She says Indiana has 2 football teams.
I guess so now.
I guess so, man.
Yeah, you ain't wrong there. Matheson, appreciate the $5. This sounds like Bears players will have cheaper taxes on those game checks.
That's actually a great point. Did you guys see Myles Garrett, by the way, when he got traded? The taxes, I think, in Cleveland was like 3 or 4%.
Yeah.
Went all the way up to 15% in California. He lost out on like 3 or 4 million a year or something. Like it was like an insane amount that he's lost.
If I'm him, I'm burying some money in Cleveland somewhere. Like, just
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Just put something underground somewhere. I'll go back for it.
So, but I'm going to pivot here, and I think for the betterment of the content of the show. Here, I think people want to know more about this player. We were going to talk Super Bowl odds, and ESPN's got an article for it. We could talk about that all offseason. This is relevant. Derek Barnes had an interview with the DOC, John McEnroe, and spoke about some very, very interesting things. And in that interview, he talked about the position he's going to be playing, or at least he's been playing.
Yep.
So far, which this is a big one, guys. What is it, Boone?
Well, he had a couple things to say. Doc, first of all, shout out. He did the interview. He sent us the audio today. Before it even got put out, he said, Boone, here you go. A little tidbit. So shout out to Doc for that. But there were a couple interesting things. We've had the Derek Barnes conversation a million times. Where is he going to play? Sam, Mike, Will? Like, where is he going, right? And Doc did, first off, I'll start with this. Doc did ask him where he's going to play and where he's more comfortable with. And to D. Barnes' credit, he's like, I will play anywhere. Like, I feel comfortable playing anywhere. I could play every position in that room that I need to. And obviously, Sam is his kind of position that he's done a lot. Caleb, do you have the tweet? Then the doc asked him, hey, how did you feel about last year? And you see here Derek Barnes talked about last season. He said, hey, boys, last year for me, it started off great, and then it ended up becoming a fluke, in my opinion. It wasn't my best work, and that's what drives me each day. And he kind of went a little bit more into that. We don't have any video because it was an audio interview from the doc. But this is the thing for me with Derek Barnes, and I have this issue with a lot of players, and the one good thing I like about Derek Barnes and the way he addressed this, he's straight up. He's straight up with the fans. Hey, I wasn't great last year. Like, I started off great, and we all knew that. We talked about how good he was to start the year at Sam, and he had 4.5 sacks, I believe, or almost 5 sacks last year for the Lions. But he fell off. And the contract he's getting, you expect him to play at $8 million, right? Like, that contract, you have to play up to that. And the biggest thing for me is when these players talk to the media, the last thing I want to hear is excuses. And Derek Barnes stepped up and said, hey, that's on me, and I'm going to be better. And he knows as well. He talked about Alex Anzalone and taking that spot. And he says, hey, this is an opportunity for guys like me, Jimmy Rolder, Malcolm Rodriguez, to kind of take that step and go out there and compete for an opportunity and to get even better. So to me, you guys asked me the other day, we did our breakout players for Derek Barnes, right? Or breakout players for the Detroit Lions. And I said, hey, one of mine is going to be Derek Barnes because he has everything in front of him to be the starting linebacker next to Jack Campbell. He has the talent. He has the skill set. His ceiling is there. It's about, can he go out there and put a consistent year together? And this year, you know what? I'm confident that Derek Barnes can do that after hearing what he said today or yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm confident. And here for a player to step up and just say, hand up on me, need to be better, I respect the hell out of that. And that makes me actually think that player is going to be better. So for me, I think Derek Barnes, so far, God, he's 2-0 this offseason. If we're taking records on something, Derek Barnes is my confidence building in him stepping up and taking that Alex Anzalone position. It's building.
Yeah, the thing with Derek Barnes is he's got strengths that the Lions could use, definitely. And you talked a lot about that. It's for him, it's putting it all together. And to be honest, I mean this with just my opinion. Like, I think Derek Barnes was a role for him on the Lions team. They paid him, and I don't think looking back, the contract, it is what it is. I know people were hard on him last year because statistically you look and say, well, 4 sacks, an interception, almost 100 total tackles, 80 total tackles. Wasn't that bad. But when you go watch, I know people bring up the Jameis Winston stuff, but take that away. There was moments where you for sure were like, all right, it looks pretty rough. And Anzalone's biggest strength is he's a coverage linebacker. He's so good at it. He can match up, and they're going to miss that. But if I'm being real with you, fellas, I don't think Derek can fill that role.
I don't think he can
I don't
either.
think he's capable. I think his strengths are – there's things he can do that maybe other linebackers can't do. But I think that coverage role, this is not – he can't do that. It just – and I don't know what that looks like. I don't know if they're going to ask him to do it. And we'll see. Maybe he proves me wrong and says I can do it. But it's not like he was this in college. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to be like, well, at Purdue or coming out, he did these things. He's never really
What do we
done
think
these
the
things.
expectations then for that? If there's like he can't fill that role, because I don't know if anyone on this team can fill the Alex Anzalone role,
which
he
means
was so
you
good.
need to change the scheme. Maybe more zone and less man coverage.
Yeah,
he can look a little bit better because he is not a man coverage type of linebacker.
And by the way, too, God Hates Cowboys said Barnes flashes. He's just not consistent over a whole season. That's the thing. It's like that's why I'm like, okay, maybe I have confidence in him to where he does have these flashes really well. He's a really good linebacker.
Yeah.
Like, he's good. And that's why I think they signed him, and Shep was like, I need him here. Because you do see those flashes. And to your point, when they signed that contract, and Klotz, we were going at it with him about it, to the point of that, it's like, he is still young, and he's still developing.
It's not aging bad at all. It's not
it's not like he's 35 years old or a 32-year-old linebacker.
Right,
he's a young linebacker who's still young in his career, beginning of his contract, going into what technically, I mean, if you want year 2 of his contract.
Yeah.
So it's not like you have in a bad spot. It's about who can step up.
But now his role has gotten even bigger.
It's a bigger role, and that's where I think the expectations. Yeah. Someone else in here too. Sorry boys, I just want to throw this out there. Steve Wild said he could say he will be all pro too. It just doesn't mean he is. That's not what I'm saying, by the way. When I say, hey, I hear him say it just gives me more confidence that he's self-aware.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
sometimes players aren't self-aware, and players will push back to the media and be like, they'll act like that they're not, or they're better than they are. At least he's self-aware, and he's like, hey, man, I wasn't good. And that gives me confidence that, hey, he can understand he needs to be better for this year and that he has a massive role to fill. And I can respect that.
We'll get to some of the comments later in the
Hit
show.
that like
button,
by the way.
Hit the like
Smash
button.
the
We'll
like
get to
button.
the super chats. We got shit you may not know with Caleb Zarnick.
If we get 60 more likes in the next 4 minutes, we will have a glizzy off in mailbag, by the way.
But tell us about Massage Chair House, Caleb.
Weekend coming up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to get relaxed. I might visit the Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills. They are the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest, featuring top brands like Infinity and Osaki. They're the destination for premium comfort and cutting-edge wellness technology. Experience the difference with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc, and the creator of the #1 YouTube channel for massage chair reviews at the Wellness Doc. Book your visit today at massagechairhouse.com or simply scan the QR code on your screen. Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation. Shop Chair House.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
This is a hungry bear. This is Carl and Jeff. Carl isn't worried because he has focused energy to spare thanks to Thrive energy pouches. Jeff didn't use Thrive when Carl offered. The bear is happy about that. Don't just survive. Thrive.
Neil Rule and Sean Belizian wake you up every Monday through Friday on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. That's right, Big D Energy has moved to mornings. Get your morning dose of Neil's tone and Sean's insanity. Weekdays 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Two Detroit sports legends coming together for the best Detroit sports morning show there is. Big D Energy, waking you up weekdays on Detroit's #1 sports network.
All right, Mortgage Pros, looking for a career upgrade? Check out Mortgage Pros, the #1 mortgage broker to work for in the state of Michigan. We saw their incredible company culture firsthand at their annual block party. The team truly loves what they do, and it shows with 4.9 stars on Google and over 4,000 reviews. the reputation, it speaks for itself. So if you're looking for a new job, give them a call. Mortgage Pros in Troy at 248-416-1361. Mortgage Pros, let the pros handle it.
We're back. Crunch time, Woodward Sports, every single day, 12:36 or near. We got shit you may not know with Caleb's Army.
Here we go. Hey,
Caleb, tell us some shit.
running it back.
Yeah,
Come
running
on.
it back. This is my redemption, and look, I think I got some good stuff for you guys today. A lot happened yesterday. First thing, this one's a little bit spooky. This is a little bit scary. I was a little bit freaked out by this. I have a video for this one. Look, we know like AI and all this stuff they're taking over.
Yeah.
There was a robot in China. He was wearing a blue wig. You'll see it in the video. He straight up did kung fu on a child. Here's the video right now.
What?
Freaked me out.
Are we sure we're allowed to play this?
Yeah. I mean, just,
Oh my God.
I mean, just kung fu.
That's not an actual role.
We might have to mute the music, by the way.
That's not an actual role. There's somebody in that suit.
I don't know.
Can we play it again? Are you able to mute the music and play it again?
Yes,
I
we
want to
can.
see here.
Why?
Why you just kick a
They're
kid in the
doing
stomach like that?
stuff. They're doing stuff that we don't even.
I
no,
want to see
China's
if that's
way
a
ahead
real
of us.
robot.
Yeah,
or
hold
not.
on, let me
No,
get- let me
they
get
they
this
have
music
actual
muted.
like robotic stuff. in
Did
China.
you see the robot? It was like an NFL team or I think it might have been an NBA team that brought it to the facility.
Oh, hold on. Let me. I mean, this.
a running
I mean,
start
look,
too? Like
That's
what
a
the-
real robot. That's a real
Yeah,
robot.
that is a real robot.
That's a robot. Oh!
I mean, he
No!
I'm suing the
that
pants
kid's
off that
ass.
robot. Are you kidding me? I'm suing the hell out of that robot.
There was
You kicked my kid in the stomach, bro?
Oh yeah, I'm
getting
suing
a
for
check.
sure.
I'm getting a check.
There was a robot though. They brought it to the an NBA facility. They're out in the parking lot,
Yeah.
and one of the players like gave it a kick to the leg, and the robot just fell and just malfunctioned.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh no, like, I don't think we were supposed to do that."
No, out in China, they way ahead of us, bro. They got like autonomous Ubers and shit like that. They
Oh,
are
man.
really
Oh.
leaning into technology out there. Like,
Yeah, dude, it's scary.
Yeah,
I mean, the stuff that's out there. I mean, that's terrifying. You see a robot that can do kung fu
inflict
now, it's
violence,
over.
yes.
It's over.
That's all right. I watched enough Will Smith movies. I'll be okay. I'm ready.
also,
I'm ready for their ass. I Robot, I Am Legend. I'm ready. Y'all, come on with it.
Yeah, yesterday also the Madden 27 trailer came out.
Oh, gosh.
It looks
Here
like
we
there's
go.
been a lot of changes to the game,
I
and
bet.
one of them.
You're right.
Well, I'll let you see this picture, boys. I mean, this is. I might not.
Oh, they
buy
bringing
the
the
game
Powell
for this
tackle back?
reason. Looks like they got the tush push coming to the
Oh
game.
no, they
And I'm-
ruined it.
and I'm-
They ruined it.
Now, people don't know, back in the day in the older Maddens, they did kind of have this mechanic, but they took it out. They had the ability to like pile on tackle, and they just took it out for some reason
They
as the years
ruined
went
it.
along.
They ruined
So
it.
now they
I'm not
bringing
gonna
it back.
I'll say this, but I played Madden. The QB sneak they already have implemented cheat code. If
Yeah,
you're
it
about a
is.
yard
Absolutely.
out, you can
Oh.
do the QB sneak.
QB
No one's
sneak
stopping.
every
it.
time,
Automatic,
yeah.
bro.
No one's stopping that.
But the
Automatic.
tush push, come on.
That's
I'm
even
out on
worse.
that.
By the way, too, shout out. People are always like, "Hey, where's Lucas Klotz?" Shout out to Klotz. People, hey, he's working with I Am Athlete. He was at the EA Sports release yesterday, and he's sending us pictures. And he was doing an interview. He wasn't interviewing, but he was like helping edit and stuff. An interview with Caleb Williams.
Nice.
Sent a picture to Jeff and said, "Hey, Jeff, look who I'm with." And it's just Klotz and Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I think he posted on his story too. Like I saw he was with like Mike Vick and like,
Roman
a couple of-
Dunze,
Yeah,
like,
that
he
dude, that
was-
has to be sick.
I said,
Shout out
Klotz, put
Klotzy.
in a good word. Put in a good word.
Put in a good word. Look at this Caleb fan over
So
here.
people are like,
you gonna
"Where's
paint your
Klotz?"
nails too,
Klotz
Jeff?
is with Caleb Williams.
Come on, man.
There you go.
But I mean, I swear, if that tush push is in Madden,
Oh, it's
and-
in there.
and you
I promise you it's in there.
You get to a 4th and 1, it's
Caleb,
over.
I'm whooping
It's gonna
that
be
ass.
unstoppable. It
No,
really
and
is.
Jeff, you know what, Jeff too. He's been talking a lot of
I'm
shit
gonna run
when
it
it
all
comes
the
to
time.
2K. When it comes to Madden, me and Jeff have to get on the stick
No, you
soon and
do.
play.
Absolutely.
Because I'm sick and tired of Jeff thinking he could just beat me.
I'm gonna just hand up say this in 2K. Jeff's good. I have issues. I'll say that.
I have issues.
You tell Caleb I'm dusting.
This is the only issue I have with Jeff, and he knows what I'm about to say when we play 2K. There's one issue I have, and I've played a lot of 2K in my life, and everyone always has the same rule. You have to guard the ball if you're on defense.
Yeah.
I do.
Oh,
He
you
off-ball
computer
guard.
No, you
No,
get off ball.
I do.
off ball.
I do.
He
I
does.
off
It's
ball.
like half and half for
Yeah.
Jeff. So when he's not doing it,
Yeah.
it makes me mad. I'm like, dude, guard me. Because the computers, they're good.
There's
Like,
times where like Boone switches, he's stopping a key. I'm not switching.
He
fast
won't
enough.
switch, he won't-
beats the guy. I'm moving to the center. I'm helping defense.
I play off ball.
Anyway,
I think
we're getting
off-ball
off
should be
topic,
illegal. I think it should be
but,
illegal.
We'll maybe do something like Woodward Gaming or
Oh,
something.
Yeah,
absolutely.
we can do something for
Maybe
sure.
for the subathon. I'm sure they'll have a game
Yeah,
system here.
we're running. But yeah, continue, Caleb. Sorry.
Caleb?
Yeah, game 2 of the NBA Finals is tonight, and I know the whole thing is, the NBA is dying, the viewership is down. Game 1 of the NBA Finals was around 13 million, according to ABC, which is the most of any game 1 since 2018,
The
and that
Knicks
was the
effect,
Golden
man.
State and
You think it's the
Finals.
Knicks?
And Victor.
You think it's yeah?
Well, the
'cause
Knicks.
There's
people,
a reason.
By the way, people are like, "Hey, they want Victor to be great. Oh, they want SGA or Anthony Edwards." People underestimate. Think about a non-player, the New York market.
No, for sure.
Like, they want the
KG's
New
point-
York market because people are always like, "Why is the Knicks in it?" They want.
But
these,
there is
it's
also
New
a
York.
reason
A
why.
global,
Yeah.
global aspect from Victor.
And there's a reason why in the Western Conference Finals when he committed that crazy fucking foul, they didn't suspend him. They need somebody like a Wemby,
Well,
bro. They were praying that
And I
he
think in
beat
the
OKC.
East, like the Knicks, you guys want to talk about global? Victor, guess who also is the most global brand in the NBA?
It's
the New York
I'm
Knicks.
going to be honest.
No, for
the,
sure.
The biggest winner is the NBA.
Oh, this was the
Victor
perfect.
Knicks Finals.
This is perfect.
This was
for
the
him.
perfect NBA Finals.
It was,
for
for sure.
For that.
It's what they wanted.
Organization.
Like between like you guys brought it up, between it being New York, Wemby. Like I'm not surprised. This is where the
How many
viewership
Tom
is
Mazaways
at.
are watching? Like, think about it.
so
There's
many.
probably millions.
Shout
Yeah,
out
they haven't
Maz.
won since the 70s.
Shout out to Maz.
It's
He's
the
like,
2020s.
I was 13 when they won.
like for real.
Maz, I don't know if anyone's seen Seinfeld, but he is literally George Costanza.
No, he is.
That's
And that's his
like-
favorite
he'll
character.
say it
Yeah.
himself.
That's
he's
his favorite
George
character.
Costanza, and I've watched it a couple years. I've seen it a couple times through now, but the reason I actually watched it was because Maz, like 3 or 4 years ago, said, "Booner, go watch it." It's him. That's him.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Oh, I got
I got you.
incredible.
This one's for Jeff because he went on a little rant about it yesterday. Yesterday, obviously, was National Cheese Day, and I see we got a super chat earlier from let's see, Evan Murphy said, "Look how happy you are. It's Cheese Day. Yesterday, shit you don't know had
Oh,
me
I know what today
rolling."
is already.
I mean, today is
It was all over the
It's
radio.
a few days. So first off, it's
Cheese Day,
National
bro.
Donut Day.
There's no
Shout out
donuts in this
donuts.
office anyway.
No.
I know a
there's
good
not.
donut spot
Hold
down
on,
the street.
hold on. Caleb, this is where I'm gonna. We're not gonna do this today.
But
we're not. No,
but
we're not
wait,
gonna
hold
do
on.
this
You don't
today.
hold on. You don't want to talk about National Hot Air Balloon Day,
No,
National
no.
Gingerbread Day, National Veggie Burger Day,
These are
and
stupid.
World Environment
Yeah.
Day.
I will say, National Cheese Day and National Donut Day are not in the same equation. National Donut Day, I'm intrigued by it.
You
Because
know
you
what
like
I'm out
donuts. Do
Well,
you not like
it's-
cheese?
It's a part of everyone's daily routine. It feels like it's like a, like cheese maybe, but it just doesn't excite you. Like, oh, I'm going to go get a piece of cheese somewhere. Like, no, I want a donut. It's National Donut Day. Did I Google places that are giving out free donuts? I did.
Oh.
I did.
And I did on the
And there's
radio
a
this
couple
morning.
pla-
There's a
places
couple
that are-
places I heard. Hey,
Who's
Crispy-
giving out cheese?
Krispy Kreme used to give out free donuts on this day.
I think they might be
They
today.
got,
Might
they
get
got free
one
donut today.
There's only one
You
Krispy
get one
Kreme that
free
I know
donut.
actually still exists, and it's the one I think it's in
And,
Southgate.
there's
I think there's one on Hall Road.
There's there might be one on Hall Road.
It ain't
but
that
there's
many
also
actual
one
Krispy Kreme.
by that mall. What's that mall? On maybe 14 Mile.
14 mile.
Yeah, there's a mall right
Was it
there.
Oakland Mall?
Yeah, the Oakland Mall, right next to the Oakland Mall. There's one right.
No,
right next to it.
there's one over there.
Yeah, right next to it.
Huh.
Yeah.
So how does I mean I as the I probably should have looked
Resident.
at the stacks, but how does Krispy Kreme just give out free donuts?
They
on
give
it?
one.
they
You get
were
one per
one.
customer.
Yeah,
That's
one.
fucking awesome.
Oh, they were
I mean,
good
that's
too.
awesome.
Hot off the.
But what they
fucking-
do
oh
is
my
you get
God.
one, and like let's call a spade. Who's just eating one?
No.
You're buying a dozen. So if you go in there for your one, you're getting like a half dozen or
Yeah.
a dozen.
The pitch is you get a drink at Dunkin', you get a drink at Tim Hortons, any of these places, you get a donut.
What's the best donut ever?
So
Either
like
the
if you're already
Boston
going
cream-
for a coffee,
Right.
Oh,
right.
hey,
Go for the donut.
KG had one earlier. He had one earlier in the week. Do not fucking sleep on an apple
No,
fritter.
Apple
they
fritters
so
are
An
great.
apple fritter, that's up
So
there.
good.
That's
John
up
Effing
there.
Lord said Sterling Heights Hall Road. They have one.
Wow.
that's over my part
Yeah.
of town.
Can I say this by
Ain't
the
as
way
many as it
too?
used to be.
With days, I'm out on days.
Yeah, out on days.
I'm out on
I mean, we
days.
talk.
They
I'm
get
out on
Like
days.
cheese day.
They are excessive.
gingerbread day.
I'm
Like, what are we
out-
doing?
I'm
Like,
out
what-
unless
give me
it-
Christmas day.
I'm out unless it fits my narrative.
No.
If there's like a donut day, I'm in. But like if National Cheese Day or Hot Air Balloon Day, they can hit the door.
Yeah.
Okay. But
How
if
do
it
you,
fits
how do you
my
even have a
narrative-
day for hot air balloons? How is that even a thing?
EX says X27 Evolution says what day is National Coke and Strippers Day?
I'm sure that's a day on the
I'll
calendar.
opt out of those days.
Every day is Coke and Strippers Day. You know what I'm saying?
I do not know that answer. I wouldn't
Yeah,
deny that there is a day for that.
Jeff, have you partaken in Coke or strippers?
I'm not going to say I have, but I will say this: there is definitely a day for it. I mean, the amount
By
of
the
days
way-
we went through, there's got to be a day.
No.
we
For real.
can't do John Effing Lord says top 5 donuts. We're not the top 5 show. But if you guys did follow Crunch Time the last 2 years, we do in the off season
A Coke
do
and stripper
Mount
party?
Rushmore Fridays.
Oh, okay. My
We
bad.
do Mount Rushmore
Stripper
Fridays.
Day, yes.
So maybe
Can't
we could
wait.
do a Mount Rushmore of donuts in a Friday coming up. Next Friday, I think we'll do our first Mount Rushmore Friday. So we do have to find a topic for that. So maybe we'll do donuts.
This is comment Etienne. This explains, shout out Etienne, by the way, that's my guy. He says, this explains Jeff's belly during the Brad Holmes interview. No to cheese, yes to donuts.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though.
Cheese does the same thing.
Cheese sneaks up on you.
Yeah, but isn't
Cheese
like
sneaks up
Parmesan
on
cheese like
I'll eat some.
actually good for
I'll
you?
eat
Like
some
not
mutts.
good for you, but there's like
I don't think
protein
any
and shit in
cheese is genuinely good
No,
for you,
it's not.
unless it's like maybe aged where you're eating a little bit of it, and I don't know if there's like nutritions in it. However you say that word.
Nutritions. I don't know if it's
I don't know if that's the way you say it, but
Hey, I'm Salty says older people like fancy cheese, and y'all's generation goon all day and enjoy eating plastic food.
that's
Yeah,
fair.
well, shit.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Ain't nothing wrong with
I
gooning,
celebrate
man.
Coke and Stripper Day and eat plastic
wrong with
food.
gooning.
And Detroit Dabber responding to National Coke and Stripper Day. Detroit Dabber says every other Friday, which is payday.
Hey, there you go.
Yes.
By the way, payday today, boys, huh?
Yeah, it's Dabber.
Shout out Spitty, man.
Oh, that's funny.
But yes,
man.
it is payday.
Payday, first paycheck with Woodward back.
Yes, sir.
Officially.
Felt
That
good.
means
this
once
morning.
we get our first paycheck, we're officially back, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what it
no, that's
means.
true. Yeah, for y'all.
Man, that's funny.
what it means.
Good stuff today, Caleb.
Thank you.
Good stuff today, man.
Snake said there's that SVSU money well spent. Yeah, that's fair.
It's a fair comment.
If you know one thing about me, not great at what is it called? Again, here's a good point.
What about vision? Are you good at that?
Not great at words.
Because I got a place if you need
You know,
to
that's
go.
my job.
If you're not
Right.
very good at vision's a broad statement, but it applies. This is something I may need to get. Yaldo Eye Center.
Shout out.
That's where you need to check out. Tired of fumbling your glasses? You're dealing with the daily hassle of contacts? I can't do contacts. I'm just being honest. Then time to take control of your vision with Yaldo Eye Center. 30 years of experience, 100,000 procedures. There's the data. They are the trusted experts. Their LASIK eye surgery is completely painless. Takes just 8 minutes, and the recovery is so fast that most patients are seeing 20/20 the very next day. Right now, take advantage of their summer promotion. Just $16.99 per eye, regardless of your prescription. It is a one-time investment that'll save you thousands of dollars on glasses and contacts. You know how many glasses I've purchased? It's crazy. In the long run, wake up with your clear vision. Book your book an appointment with the Yaldo Eye Center today at yaldoeyecenter.com/1699.
Jameer Gibbs, breakout season, loading.
Inside the 5, Gibbs to the end zone, touchdown!
Woodward Sports, the most dominant Detroit sports coverage around. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Friday, June 19th at 5 o'clock. Mark your calendars. Heavyweights subathon
Let
here
them
on
know,
Woodward
Caleb.
Sports. Here's the catch. Here's the catch. You, the chat, every time you donate, it adds more time to the clock. They could be live for 4 days if you wanted them to. They could be live for a week. You hold the power. How long will they be stuck on camera? It is completely up to you. Again, mark your calendars. Friday, June 19th at 5 o'clock. Woodward Heavyweight Subathon on Woodward Sports.
We're back. It's crunch time on Woodward Sports. Drop your mailbag questions. Let's get to it. We'll start off with who dropped the first one. By the way, AA in the chat says, let's see, pretty crazy that you guys have a conversation about donuts after the guests you've had in the studio earlier. Wasn't donuts I think brought up at some point in there?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe he made a joke about donuts. Who knows?
I don't think we talked donuts all day. That chat. I don't know. I'm taken aback right now. Speechless.
Let's see.
Steve-O
John Lord
baby,
says
though.
mailbag this
you
or
got-
that. Another thing we've done before.
Oh, this or that. Yeah, we do. I mean, we can add that. We have been working on for the people who have watched as well. We have a list of daily segments that we're going to be rolling out over the next couple of weeks. I think some of them are pretty sick.
Okay.
I'm fired up. With the this or that, that's a good one. We have done that before. That's a good one. Maybe for football season, we bring that back. But we do have a list, so keep an eye out. Starting, I think, next Monday, we're going to start rolling out. That's a good one, though, the this or that. That was a fun one.
Dante Milsag, Resident Evil video game series or Silent Hill video game series is your favorite?
I don't know
hands
Silent
down.
Hill.
Yeah, you say you don't know about
Yeah,
Silent
I'm not familiar.
Like, you've never seen, like, video game?
I have played
Foggy Town, guy just roams around, looks for his daughter?
I didn't play really Resident Evil, but I did play Silent Hill.
Yeah.
So I don't.
They both classics, but
Yeah.
Resident Evil has the better story, although it's a lot of plot holes and, like, the retcon of, like, the way it turned out. But Resident Evil is dope. And then the new movie is coming out, too. I believe it comes out in August.
Did see that.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to keep it more true to the source material, so I'm looking forward to that. But I'm a big Resident Evil fan.
I've never heard of Silent. I've never heard of that before.
That's crazy.
I need to go back. I want to.
Have you ever seen the movies? Like, they had a movie or two, I think.
Yeah, they have.
Back
Both
in
of
the
those. Yeah, they both are getting. They both have movies.
Steve-O Baby, by the way, just asked mailbag thoughts on the NBA fan getting banned from all games. Probably, if you're gonna run the court or run on the court.
What was he trying to do? He was trying to take a pic with Wemby or something.
Yeah, which he got. Like he got. But like, dude, I don't think there's ever a world where if you run on the field or a court, that you shouldn't be banned.
Was there a sports line on him running on the court?
Oh,
because that's a thing now.
We've seen that happen.
That's a
before.
thing now.
We have seen that happen before. That's a good thought.
ETN says mailbag. Which sports team would you hate to see win a championship the most?
The Packers.
Yeah, or the Bears.
Or the Bears.
Bears
yeah.
would probably be my number one.
Yeah.
Especially with Ben Johnson there now. That one would be heartbreaking to see the Bears win one.
The Guardians are up there for me.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm trying to think across all sports. Is there
Shit, we
anyone?
almost did see the Guardians.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's a good one. I would probably go I think the Packers.
Oh.
Anyone in the NFC
thing
North,
is,
I guess,
the
is kind
Packers
of like.
we've
Besides,
seen
how about
with Aaron
besides the
Rodgers?
NFC North? Besides the NFC North.
Yeah.
Outside the NFC North, any team you think of?
Outside of the
Cowboys?
NFC North. Yeah, Cowboys.
That's a good
don't
one.
I
wanna
love
see it.
having the fact that the Cowboys
Cowboys
haven't
fans
won,
would be
so-
all on that. They'd be on that ass if they won.
The
too.
Knicks. I don't want to see them win, but
Yeah.
they could.
Steve-O Baby said, Caleb, where are you located? I would love to go eat pizza.
Shout out Steve-O Baby. I'm not gonna give the direct place.
It's actually at Buddy's.
But yeah, I mean, we love Buddy's. But if you just look at my socials, use some context clues, like you could figure it out. But I'm not gonna say it. But yeah,
Right,
man,
don't
if
show
you-
up at my job, Caleb.
yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, shout out Steve-O
Love
Baby.
y'all. Don't
Shout
show
out
up at my
Steve-O
job.
Baby.
Let's see. Mike Mailsec. Shout out Mike G, by the way. He
Shout
says,
out.
Once it's announced, one of you guys rock a Dylan Larkin 21 Wild T-shirt.
Oh my God.
I will not be doing
I will
that.
not be doing
Mike
that,
G,
Mike
man.
G.
Will not. Mike
Will
G's
not.
a legend, dude. I would not do that, though.
Will not be doing that.
There
Mike
was
G,
just-
he says, Mailsec, KG, is it time for Stevie to trade for a brother in the Larkin trade?
I don't know how many brothers you could trade for that's going to help the Red Wings, but maybe. I don't know. Whatever
AA
it takes.
says, Mailbag, how many free throws can big-time Booner make out of 10?
Minimum 7.
Minimum.
At least 7.
I
You
love
got
the
7 in you?
confidence.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We could do a video 7 out of 10.
I swear you was going to say 10.
No, not 10. 10's like, I haven't shot. That's the thing. It's like, I haven't shot a basketball in a long time. I
you're
don't
being
work
fair.
out shooting anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like, the shot, though, once I get going again, if I had like a week to work out and get in the gym and get shots up, it would get back to where it was. But it's, a little rust. But I will say it can't be out like the only thing, if we're going to do a shooting competition, it's got to be indoors.
Yeah, it can't be outside. You know the wind.
Yeah, the wind, but some of the rims are always messed up. It's just, you have to be indoors. It has to be like a legit good
He needs
gym.
a heat. He needs AC.
You're right.
He wants everything.
Well, no, like if we're gonna do a competition like outdoors, it's just like that's not. You're not like that's what I hate. It's like, I can
hoop
shoot
is the
really
hoop
good.
owner.
It is, but you're
Gotta
not like
You
you're-
either hit or you can't.
Yeah. Oh, let me see the wind going 0.25 miles per hour to the left or right. Let's see.
You
if
ever
I
see
can shoot it.
Professor?
Yeah,
They got
he's
it right
good.
They're
Right.
out there right in the street.
Did he play in the NBA?
Nobody would dust.
Okay,
he would
so
dust
there
a
it
lot of
is.
people, though.
No, he didn't
Lethal
play in the
shooter.
league,
I
no.
mean, it's possible.
Lethal
How
shooter.
many- how many-
Lethal shooter.
You understand it now.
Yeah, but how many street
Hey,
ball
Rucker
players
Park.
are playing
Rucker Park.
in the NBA?
Did they do things at Rutgers?
Absolutely,
They do.
That's
Rutgers
a
KD
legendary
hit
part.
like 70 in that game. Bro.
But it is hard. It's a fact. It's harder to shoot. So like, if you guys want my real like out of 10,
If you're a real shooter,
we're
you
in the
hit on
gym.
double rims, outdoor, no matter.
Are you being a little bit of a diva?
No, I think that's a fair ask.
Okay.
It's just to be inside of a gym.
You need to stretch first too.
No,
I might have to stretch.
Do we have a gym right now? We'll go right now and do it.
I might have to stretch. I'll just throw my hand up there for that. Got to stretch.
Hoof-hearted mailbag. Are aliens real? Oh, great question. Yes.
If you don't,
they've already been confirmed.
They are real.
You know what I always say about the alien stuff? Like if you believe you're the only one, if you believe the human species, we're alone, you're naive.
Yeah.
If you think we're the only ones out here in this big galaxy, okay? You're smoking. Maybe it's Loom. Maybe it's Mad Packs. Okay.
Jeff with the 10-4.
Maybe it's Gold Crown. But there's no.
There's a lot of interesting mailbags in here, by the way, boys. This is crazy. What's the Dougie or the percolator? Percolator.
Oh my God, those are both dances.
Those are dances.
I know the Dougie.
The percolator is before your time.
Can you show us, KG?
I absolutely am not going to show you the
Come on,
percolator.
KG. Let's
No, I'm good, big dog.
KG.
Oh, so the brother got to dance.
You
Oh, okay.
know
Yeah,
what
no,
it is.
they want me to
You
dance,
know
do
what
all
it
the
is.
weed ass. I'm sick of this shit, man. Juneteenth around the corner. I'm sick of it.
To be fair, you're probably the best at it. Can we agree with the dancing?
Well, yeah.
I mean, let's be real here.
No, that's I didn't say that.
No,
The only
let's
reason-
keep it a stack.
KG, the only reason I said it was because you said you knew what it was.
Let's keep it a stack, KG.
That's
You were
crazy.
Caleb.
That's
Who's better
messed
dancer?
up.
All right, full disclosure, I'm not a great dancer. Can I have some rhythm? Yes. That's natural
fair.
black rhythm that I have.
Jeff
but
just
I'm
assumed.
not a dancer.
That's like
though.
looking at Caleb and saying he's the slowest in the room.
Yeah. Now, there was a
you
point.
actually said
Would
that a
that be
few
an
times.
assumption by somebody?
Which he is the slowest in the room.
There was a
confirmed.
point where I was a little more inclined to dance and be at a club, and I might start a dance circle. I might do the crowd.
Oh, let's go, KG.
But that was a further time. Shout out electricity.
We
That's
have
good
a
nights back in the day.
We have a company meeting here. I expect KG to start a dance circle.
Shout
when
out
this thing
Tonic
starts.
back in the day, man. I was in the.
I don't.
Pontiac clubs.
Here's this, KG. Look at me.
Okay.
Do you think I have rhythm?
Yes. I hope you do anyway.
Wow.
Okay.
I think you. I mean, a two-step ain't hard, y'all. Like, I don't understand why white people just don't have rhythm. Like,
I think I have some rhythm. I would have to argue I do.
You're a kabooter. All right. I have some rhythm. All right, we gonna see.
Let's get out of here, man. Appreciate
I did a
you
couple
all.
good.
200 likes and Booner a dance for
come-
everybody.
yeah.
I will. I mean, 200 likes. I'll
Kamikaze
dance.
said, "Hey,
I've
he said,
danced
LMAO, I
on
feel
camera.
you, KG. Shout out Kamikaze, man.
Yeah.
He came out to opening day one year.
Shout out,
him.
man.
I will say this: at Saginaw Valley, I told Jeff this story one time. It was an away game in a massive arena, right? And when you do the starting lineups, the players run out and do a handshake or a dance with people, and then after everyone gets in a circle when you're away, and while they're announcing their team, you're the team's in a circle, and someone gets in the middle at Saginaw Valley, and someone will get in the middle of dance. We were out in I don't even know where we were. It was we were somewhere a stadium, and they threw me out there.
Oh my god.
And then what's this one? What's this one?
Oh, the blade dance.
And I just started hitting the blade dance. That's the only thing I knew in the moment.
That's a Detroit special.
And I got rhythm because I did it. It looked good. People, I might be able to get a video.
I got to judge the blade
I might be
dance
able to get a
for you.
video. You see it and you're like, oh, hey, Boone's got it a little bit.
All right.
I want that on the record.
I'm going to check my
That's
man
it.
out.
There you go. We'll get out of here. Appreciate you all. We'll be back Monday. Have a great weekend. Keep watching Woodward Sports.
Love
2
you
to
all.
4. We got Bray. We got Ants. And 5 to 7. We got the big fellas, the heavyweights. Well, actually, the smaller fellas are actually both losing weight. They look good.
And by the way, I don't know if I think Maz is in today.
Yeah, he is.
I think it's Maz and Chris.
Yeah, Maz is going to be on the desk. I know that.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
those
no
two.
way.
So I think that both of the heavies might be out today, by the way.
We'll catch you Monday. Until
Love you
then.
guys.
Peace.
The next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports.